of Nigeria, I consider it important to address and report to you today on issues that define the future of elective government and legitimate leadership in our country. Political leadership and active citizenship matter because there are ways through which we all work together to build a country that works for all who live in it and who will come after us. Our country is bigger than any one of us, and its standing in the world affects the fate of all who come from or live in this great country, which has great future. As leaders, it is our duty to advance the well-being of all our people and of the country. For this purpose, my generation worked hard to return the soldiers to the barracks. Very many of us are here. And to defend the right of the people to elect and establish for ourselves legitimate government. Our elections are established and governed by law and founded on the Constitution, from which leadership and government in Nigeria alone derive their legitimacy. The people look up to us as leaders to respect these rules and to defend them. This is what has brought us here today. Today, we are called upon to again, as a people, to uphold and defend the ground rules of elective government in our country. The Constitution prescribes the requirements for those who seek the highest elective office in the land. It should not take months or indeed decades for the institutions concerned to be able to do their work in establishing the credibility of any certificates presented by candidates for public office. We undertook this journey at great cost and for important reasons. The ground rules for legitimate governance in our country need to be upheld. And you who are gathered here today have the responsibility of holding those ground rules. And the reputation of our country is at stake. That affects everyone, Nigerians everywhere, wherever they may be in the world. I am a Democrat by conviction and a citizen of a country that I love. The issues at stake in this case require us once more to rededicate ourselves to both the country and our constitution. Now we must entrust these facts to us all as citizens and as leaders of the institutions charged with interpreting our constitution. I should thank the lawyers, both in Nigeria and in the United States, who have assisted us in bringing clarity and definitive answers to these issues that appear to have defied our institutions for nearly a quarter of a century. I also want to extend my gratitude to the Nigerian citizens and friends of Nigeria, both within and beyond the shores of our country, for their patience as we have sought to find the facts and establish the truth. I wish to pay tribute to the late human rights activist, Chief Gani Fawehimi, senior advocate of Nigeria, who inspired us on this path of discovery. Now he can truly rest in peace in the assurance that what he started about 23 years ago has come to fruition. Gani's vindication today gives credence to the saying that no matter how fast a lie runs, the truth will someday overtake it. Former American President Thomas Jefferson once said, and I quote, "If I had to choose between government without newspapers and newspapers without government, I wouldn't hesitate to choose the latter." From exposing the Watergate scandal and unraveling the dubious certificates of politicians, journalists have maintained eternal vigilance by bridging the gap and stepping in when other arms of government failed. It is for these reasons that commendation must be given to David Hunde, an independent journalist whose extraordinary work and those of many more young people like him has become a source of inspiration. Special thanks must be given to the millions of Nigerian youths and citizen journalists too, who continue to put out the truth online even when no one is listening. Indeed, the price of liberty is eternal vigilance. They have put the country first in their firm commitment to unravel the truth and hold leaders accountable. This gives me the hope that we have worthy partners in the struggle to reclaim the country we call our home. This quest is not for or about Atiku Abubakar. It is a quest for the enthronement of truth, morality, justice, and accountability in our public affairs. In line with this, let me call on all well-meaning Nigerians, leaders of thought, our religious leaders, our traditional leaders, our community leaders, our political leaders, and in particular, Governor Peter Obi of the Labour Party and Governor Rabiu Kwankwaso of the NNPP, and the leaders of every political party in Nigeria, and indeed every single person who loves this country, as I do, and who wishes nothing but the best for this country as I do, to join me in this campaign to enshrine probity, accountability, and the basic principles of justice, morality, and uprightness in our country and in our government. This is a task for each and every one of us. Let me, therefore, at this juncture, thank you for listening. May God bless you all, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, former Vice President, candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the last presidential election, and by the grace of God, the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please put your hands together for me. Well, we have friends in the house, we have colleagues in the house, all technical questions will be taken that has to do with law will be taken by our friends. So, yes, Chooks of Culture this day.
Good afternoon, everybody. Much has been said about the real documents from the Chicago State University. I want the former Vice President, the PDP presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, to tell us in clear words, because many papers, many television stations, many radio stations have been giving various versions of the documents handed over to you. Sir, what did the documents handed over to you say about the person of President Bola Tinubu? Thank you, sir. And secondly, sir, what value will these documents handed over to you will be at the Supreme Court?
Thank you, Chooks of Culture of these day newspapers. Eniola of African Reports, that's an international platform, yes.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency, colleagues, and everyone here. A spokesman for the president said that what you are doing against the president is a form of betrayal. And they said that in 2007, the president gave you a platform to run with and all that. And now you are, embarrassing him on an international stage. Don't you fear that this bond between you will be permanently broken? Thank you.
Thank you. His Excellency will take the question from the African Reports, while Barrister Kalu will respond to this day newspaper's inquiry.
Well, I beg to disagree with Bola Tinubu. Yes, it is true. In 2007, we came together to form AC. And in Lagos, at the convention, I emerged as the winner and got the ticket. After I got the ticket, he sent about 5 or 6 senior participants. Some of them are here. I can even name them, but I don't want to embarrass them. And they met me and said to me that Bola wanted to be my running mate. I said, gentlemen, you are all old enough. And apparently, virtually all of you are Christians with the exception of only one person. What would be your reaction to have a Muslim ticket? All of them said, we totally object to it. I said, then why didn't you tell him when he was giving you the message that, look, Mr. Tinubu, the message you are giving us, we don't seem to agree with you. Why are you coming then to me? And that was the end of the political relationship. He broke away when he supported Umaru Yar'Adua. So, what is the ground for him to say that I betrayed him. But those of you who are old enough will also remember that in 2003, the PDP took over all the southwestern states, with the exception of Lagos. I stood between Obasanjo and himself. I said, no, you can't take over Lagos. Leave it. And he left it. So who is indebted to the other? Is it me or Bola Tinubu? But there are other things which I would not want to go into. But I vehemently deny that either I stabbed him at the back or did not do him, whatever. Thank you. Until today, I will not do Muslim ticket. So I don't have to be president because I don't believe it is right for this country. It's not right. Absolutely wrong. We are multi-ethnic and multi-religious. And our government should reflect our diversity and our composition. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Barrister Kalu, go back.
On the certificates issued or released by Chicago State University to the lawyers of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. These are the documents. One, that Bola Tinubu forged the certificate he presented to INEC. That's one. Two, that the qualifying certificate from Southwest College to Chicago State University bears a female, indicating that that document does not belong to Bola Tinubu. Three, the Chicago State University admission application form has a claim that Bola Tinubu attended Government College, Lagos, and graduated in 1970, when indeed the school was established in 1974. The same document has it that the owner of that document is a Black American, and the document Bola Tinubu submitted to INEC, he denied having dual citizenship, which means it does not belong to him. Then, the same document, oral deposition, says that the A, Bola Tinubu, is Ahmed, but the NYS certificate Bola Tinubu submitted to INEC has Adekunle. I don't know where the Adekunle and the Ahmed emerged from. So, on the second arm of your question, of what use will it be in the Supreme Court, it is very, very clear that from decided authorities, the Supreme Court has held that they can accept a party to adduce fresh evidence as long as certain conditions are met. And from what transpired in the proceedings in US courts, that condition has already been met. So, as we speak, our law is very clear that a party at fault cannot be allowed to enjoy the fruit of his illegality. That is our answer to your question. Thank you. My name is Carlo.
Kalu Carlo. Thank you very much, Carlo. I'll take, because of the condition of this place, very hot, and I have their excellencies present there. So many of them. I'm privileged to be right in front of you, your excellencies. Won't keep you here for too long. Okay, Friday or Loco, the Punch newspapers.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Excellency. My name is Friday Oloko. I work with Punch newspapers. Well, there were been the rumors flying around that because of this issue, this alleged certificate forgery, some persons have reached you by way of to intervene, to put pressure on you, purportedly from the president, for you to step down on this matter. If it is true, will you step down on this matter? That's one. Secondly, you are fighting this cause. What is the fate of your business interests? You fear that maybe, should you continue, that your business interests might be threatened because of the powers from the presidency. Thank you very much.
Okay, let me start from the business perspective, because it's the latest in the series of questions that you asked. Yes, as you might have read in several other places, I was, in fact, not involved. In fact, I was the founder of one of the biggest oil and gas logistics company since the military area. And as soon as Buhari government came, even though we had license, we had got nothing to do with government. We were only contractors in logistics to the oil companies, not government. But as soon as Buhari came, all those contracts were revoked and taken away from us till today. So I'm not doing any government business. Yes, I'm in other businesses, agriculture, manufacturing, and so on and so forth. So that's as far as government business is concerned. So I'm not scared of any business being taken away from me. It has already been taken away from me since the beginning of, was in 1990, since Buhari's time. They took it and distributed it among themselves. So what was the other question? Not really. Yes, immediately after the elections, I was told there was a delegation of governors who claimed, they were sent, by the president, but I did not even allow them to get into my house. I didn't. I will only drop the fight when the court rules. If the court rules that I am right, fine. If the court rules that he is right, so that's the end of the fight. Because at the moment we are at the Supreme Court, and there is no any other court than the Supreme Court.
Thank you, Excellency. That will be my esteemed colleagues. I know that you have so many itching questions. We are available. We're going to send you the e-copies of this press briefing. And if you have further questions to ask, we are available. Mazi Polibe is here, Special Advisor on Media to His Excellency. You all have our emails and phone numbers. You can reach us that won't be a problem. If you have queries, please, we are here to work at your service. And if you want special focus, we don't have a problem. We'll respond to you. That'll be all for now. We thank you for your esteemed presence. God bless you. Thank you.
These are live images coming in from the World Press Conference by the PDP presidential candidate in the 2023 presidential election, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, speaking on various issues concerning the certificate saga of the president. I'm sure you listen to every bit of what he says, and I'm sure reaction.
We are too proud and hardworking a people to be having this kind of hanging bad smell over. It's a bad stench. It is a stench that we need to read as and perfume no fit comot am. That's the thing. It is a stench that we need to get rid of. Nigeria first. And we are proud citizens of this country. Nigerians are doing great work outside of this country. They are surgeons, they are clearing everything. Even in the US, when they tried to remove them during Trump time, one woman stand up and say, they are the biggest set of people contributing to the economy. Even in the UK, they defend us. It's wrong, all wrong now. I mean, it's too much. All this shame is too much. We need our glory back. We need our glory back. We need to take our place among the committee of nations. Let's not just be giants of Africa. Meanwhile, they stick for under. No, it's not good. Koda.
Thank you so much,
I
Auntie.
don't finish. No vex, Ojare. I dey vex.
Thank you so much, Auntie Kate Henshaw. I beg, una go begin the talk because now be those who they look up to. Una begin the abeg. They use small, the cheap arm out to the world that we are not like that too. So far, man. Please, APC supporters, request for the mic. Make una come now. APC, why they don't? Please, if you are here and you support APC, please request for the mic. Just come now. In fact, I want to make 2 APC supporters co-hosts. You guys should come now and debunk everything Atiku just said. Please, because me, I don't believe this version. I can only believe APC supporters. You guys should come now and give us your own version of what Atiku just said, because I know this thing, what Atiku said is just forgery. It was forged. So I beg, APC supporters, don't come to my DM to lament. I beg. In fact, how can I block my DM? I beg. How can I block my DM? Now they are saying PDP and Obedience United just to bring Tinubu down. Go and check how many political parties came together and formed APC. Go back to your drawing board. Instagram, my sister, how you doing? I beg. Greetings to you. You're welcome. Hope you're good.
I do.
What a good time to be alive.
I see. I mean embarrassment. And the thing is that all these APC people, they don't even understand how embarrassed.
They do not. That is just my anger. They don't.
It's just so sad. They don't understand. This is embarrassment of the highest order. That your president forged results. I didn't even know about the Adekunle self. Did you even know about the Adekunle
Is it
one?
Adekunle good? Because the only Adekunle we are doing now, this Adekunle.
You heard the guy said it that there was another name again, Adekunle, that he added. That man that's also thief name is a bit. If they thief people name left, right, center, you go thief here, thief here.
You don't mean it. Ahmed, Bola, no, Ahmed, Adekunle, Bola, Tinubu. If we should dig deeper, that Tinubu self is somebody's name. That
I'm telling
that
you.
Bola is somebody's name. What the time to be? What the time to be in Nigeria? Well,
Yeah.
it's a complete.
Kudos to David Otinde, and I'm really glad Atiku mentioned his name.
Yes.
I think gave him recognized. That was very, very good. And like I really like that.
Exactly.
That was very, very nice. Hey, APC people, disgrace people. And now they're gonna say that they're patriotic. You people are useless people. You people are the ones bringing the country down. The most unpatriotic human beings are the APC people, thieves. And they will tell you it doesn't matter. Oh God.
What doesn't matter? Like when it's not like, oh come on, man. No.
If embarrassment was a country, if the meaning of embarrassment was
shameless people, they don't get any atom of shame. They don't be shame at all. Even if they call them criminal, they'll be like, yes, make it be. They don't care. You want me to share same country with such people? No. You guys can't no. You guys can't lead me. I'm sorry to say this.
UK now they don't bring out plenty people now say that they check people result again. Now so many nurses now go enter problem.
Yes.
So many everybody just know that your results if you are in abroad, your results will be checked very soon because your president is a fake, is a forging certificates. So be ready to tender your results. Even in fact, if you go even write another exam. To make sure say now you actually write that they go make you write another exam.
It's not crime to be a Nigerian in diaspora because even those that will be traveling. But please, what Atiku just did now is enough. Dear Nigerians on this space, I beg, we go beg FBI make the no release any document. Look, just accept this forgery own because if they go open the drug case for here. Before man and God, before God and man, I will change my identity. I'll just go the answer. I'll just look for a name for maybe Uganda or Botswana or even Fuji Island. Go the answer one name there. I will disassociate myself from being a Nigerian. Common Chicago University, CRCB. Then FBI said they have like thousands of documents against this person. I beg, we go beg FBI. We go beg every. In fact, even Auntie Kate said, Auntie Kate Henshaw, she go say she's not even in Nigeria because her name no this did there. But now those with the answer Afam, Ike Chuku, Chukwudi, Olusegun, bam, they don't catch you. These are the issues. Now we go suffer and pass. Only one person, one just carry the whole country from inside mode. What have we done to such people for God's sake? And please, Samuel, hi, how are you doing? Over to you, please. Let's hear from you.
Good afternoon, everybody, and good morning or good evening, wherever you are spacing from. It's a funny word because just this morning, I early engaged with APC people because I know it makes no sense. But I just pick one today because it was saying vendor. They said he attend the school. I asked simple question. Go and watch three idiots. The man, somebody attends school for somebody else and he collects certificate and puts that person's name. It's not, these things is not about whether he went to school or not. There are a lot of people, even in my school, I graduated from Aunchi Polytechnic. There are a lot of persons who have been in that school before I go in admission, and they are still in that school. Why? Because the school have rusticated them. They are no longer students. They came in, but they are still there. Some constitute nuisance. So it is everywhere. It's a school environment. I'm happy with the fact that Atiku started his commendation from the man that started it, that had a limitation Thank God for social media. Thank God for technology. And thank God that the world is a global village. Because it wouldn't have also have an headway. Ghana could not make an headway because of limitation of information. This man lied to the extent even Deloitte has to deny him. But as 1999, people were saying as an expert, he has this in Deloitte. He gained money. He saved money from Deloitte. I'm so grateful for that. That has been debunked. Everybody know the truth. This man is a forger. He forged his case. And by now, he should be making preparation to leave office because he is the first that the son will be addressing the nation as if we elected him, or the daughter are addressing nation. They are not. So everything about this man, NYSC, because we forgot to mention this. The Adekule is in his NYSC that is submitted to INEC. Adekule, that was what they read just now, is on his NYSC. And the
Please,
certificate,
sorry,
and the
Mr.
certificate
Samuel.
is carrying.
Mr.
You
Samuel,
said?
are you a Christian?
Yes, I'm a believer. I'm a
I'm not
Christian.
sure. I'm not sure. Can we just forget about NYSC now? Just focus on this small one. Why are you with this wicked? Why can't if every day you ask God for forgiveness? Can't someone just do like a little? Forget about NY. Just this one. Just please now. I get conscience. Please. Why are you with this wicked? I mean, this is not fair.
My brother, do you know the painful thing? You know, Justice Somali make a statement. He said, Jesus Christ forgive those who was punishing him, who wanted to kill him, that they should forgive him. You only forgive someone who is repenting. You only forgive someone who said, I have erred. This is my mistake. You know, these people keep defending from one point to another. And in their point of the defending, they keep making the blunder. Yes, some case. That's why I tell people, I say, I've seen the hand of God in all this. Every case that you can use to make a reference to this guy bad image that he has spent this nation is all there in the public domain. And these same old lawyers, if they like with long wing, they say whatsoever they like. I was in a space before you hosted. A lady says something. She is married to a Ghanaian. The son is to school in US. The boy was in a queue, having discussion with another Nigerian. But when that Nigerian said he's a Ghanaian, they were for screening. The same boy said he's a Ghanaian. Why? The father is a Ghanaian, but the mother is a Nigerian. For what this man has done, for me, I'm in Nigeria. I may not have too much of the heat, but for my brothers and sisters and cousins and relatives that I have in diaspora, they are going to be checking them times 3. Imagine the so-called CSU man, because if I have my way, I will even have to sue that school again. He said in his under the cross-examination, he said changing of stamp is a Nigerian thing. Do you know what that is? That's an heavy statement that man needs to withdraw.
Wait, you mean wait, if you say the mono. That was what I beg. Use a minute to round up. Let's go to the next speaker, please. Thank you.
So with that, I'm grateful. Now in summary, they've dropped their number that if they have doubts, they should call them. The person that moderates the session said, call, send email, we will reply. So they can go and be sending message and they will reply. Thank you for the time and thank you for giving me the mic.
Thank you so much. I just tried that number and it is not connecting. These guys, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, okay, please, let's have Atiku Henshaw. Hi, Atiku Henshaw. Good to have you on my platform today.
Good afternoon, how is everybody?
We thank God.
German Prince, no vex, I beg. That my thumb down. Now mistake. Oh, now my nail go press the wrong thing. Now thumb up I won't put. Let me apologize first and foremost.
No wahala, man.
Oh, I just said let me tune in. I think I don't miss the whole thing. Now the ending part now I catch for this space. All I want to say is the shame is too much.
I swear.
The shame is too much. Already carrying the green passport, trying to travel. Once you enter any other country, even Ghana, me, I don't have much problem in Ghana. But when you are going to the UK and all that, they'll be looking at you funny. They won't even greet you at the immigration. You give them passport, they go, they ask you, how long are you staying? Where's your return ticket? It's too shameful. We are too proud and hardworking a people to be having this kind of hanging bad smell over. It's a bad stench. It is a stench that we need to read as a perfume. No, if come out. That's the thing. It is a stench that we need to get rid of. Nigeria first. And we are proud citizens of this country. Nigerians are doing great work outside of this country. There are surgeons, they are clearing everything. Even in the US, when they tried to remove them during Trump time, one woman stand up and say, they are the biggest set of people contributing to the economy. Even in the UK, they defend us. It's wrong, all wrong now. I mean, it's too much. All this shame is too much. We need our glory back. We need our glory back. We need to take our place among the committee of nations. Let's not just be giants of Africa. Meanwhile, would they stick for under? No, it's not good. Koda.
Thank you so much,
I
Auntie.
don't finish, Oje. No vex, Ojare. I dey vex.
Thank you so much, Auntie Kate Henshaw. I beg, una go begin the talk because now be those wey they look up to. Una begin the abeg. They use small, they chip them out to the world that we are not like that too. Even if it wants to do some small skits, no could spread to America and Europe. Say, I beg, no be real. Now this person, I beg, we no follow. I beg. Now they say in name na Adekunle. Tomorrow now Adekunle go come out and say he don't steal his own name, join them too. We never can tell. I beg. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much. Hey, it's quite embarrassing. Sorry, sir. Where are you coming from? Nigeria. Please come this way. What do you have with you? Are you sure? Can I see your passport? Is it fake? Original? Are you sure? Okay. They will go scan. They will bring like 5 different people. Enter your information. Because you are just a Nigerian. You are just a Nigerian. It's enough now. Tinubu. I beg. FBI. In fact, if it warrants you people coming to take our oil for some time, we don't mind. But don't release any document again. The one we have is enough. FBI with the Beguma. Ejo.
Please don't say that. You're trying to spoil our case.
They shouldn't. Please make them know. The ones with Atiku hold now is enough. If FBI go release that one.
No, it's not enough.
No.
Because the FBI own. Even with them remove them, make the disgrace up.
No, it's enough. Where we come from, old people know they do mistake that much. Even if they do, we could cover them up. No, now, please.
Even from imperfect, even for my passport, I don't go write original copy. You understand? So we can
original copy received by me.
Okay,
now,
hold on.
Fine. Date.
Hold on.
Location.
Hold on. Pebble, are you there? Over to you, please. 4 minutes.
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Auntie Kate. It's been a while. I'm not saying you're going to remember me again, but we met in Bonny Island, NLNG. So I still have the picture with you.
How you there, artist?
I'm fine, Auntie. I'm fine. No, Nigeria won't finish passing for you.
God forbid.
God forbid, I beg. Imperfect. You're looking for Agbado. They must make a call names of people, names of noisemakers, Agbado noisemakers, so that they go come up here, come talk. These people are mad. They are the most stupid people I've ever come across in my entire life. You hear somebody saying, I don't care if this man forged his results, his certificate. I don't care. But meanwhile, they themselves then get certificates. So why didn't they forge their own certificates? One person get 3 dates of birth. 3 different dates of birth. Who does that?
What God cannot do does not exist. All you men of little faith.
Na 3 mama bonam. Abeg, Pebu, na 3 mama bonam. Na 3 mama
Great.
bonam. I know.
3 dates
Na
of birth. Hold on, 3 dates of birth, 3 different names. You have Mrs. Bola A. Tinubu, you have Mr. Bola A. Tinubu, you have Bola A. Adekule Tinubu. Kilo day, what's in the sub? One person. You forge your date of birth, you forge your you lied about your primary school, your secondary school, you forge NYSC certificate, you forge your
You
one
forgot to
person.
mention that he went to a government college in Lagos before the team was even built.
One person.
I don't
here now,
like
see,
it.
say,
I don't like it.
waiting to
Now,
know
if they
university.
test those schools, whether those schools go fit work. I don't like this. Oh, I don't like this.
Not just okay. Now he's forging everything. So they go impersonate person. Impersonated Donald Duke. Is it Donald Duke? Yes, that's his name.
For in campaign, carrying picture, they do advert.
I'm telling you, one man, imperfect. FBI should release this man's document like right now. We won't even know whether this man from Nigeria because I'm even doubting everythting about this fucking human being. I don't even think he's from Nigeria. What are we saying? Is now see imperfect. You're doing thumbs down. See, is better. It's better we know the entire truth of this person, and we will now start afresh and start cleaning up our name as a Nigeria. It's an individual thing and not a Nigerian thing. Let's know the truth about this person. Make every Kukuma open the man, Yash. Make we know who this man be. Truly. Then from there we can start cleaning up our nation. He can't be going left, right, center, disgracing Nigeria. One woman being. Biko, I am 1 minute of Biko. Thank you very much. I yield.
Thank you so much. I beg.
Can she handle the truth?
Make FBI wait. I beg. If I don't enter America next month, then they can then release it. But for now, make them wait. Make a pass TSA.
1%.
Yeah, why'd you hold on there, please, Mr. Oladipo? Good to see you, sir. You're welcome. After you go to discuss, please, sir, just have mercy on our president. I beg. Over to you, sir.
1%.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, sir. Chukudi, sir. Or Chinedu.
Imperfect.
Sir.
There is a particular missile that the Israelis designed. Go look out your window. They call that missile Delilah 2. That missile, if you define target, you don't see the target, you go take off, go the Hoover for here. I don't send them come meet you. Because that space where you say where you say make me forgive this man, I see the vex. If you see any bright lights, run. Run. Because now me they chase you. Because you see, I couldn't speak on your last space because I had to even leave. But I have to be honest with you. It is so sad if we look at all these things and we are thinking that we will get solution from a man that has all these baggages. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all because there is nothing good that can come from a government that has all these shitty things about them. I still ask myself, now only this man in Nigeria will be saying na him dem make mistake for him certificate. Na him people will never even get doctorate sign him certificate. Na him go the only school where we say they never start the school, but the guy go to school. You see, all these things shows you the fact that there is nothing sane about this man. And you know, I don't even feel sad anymore about his followers because his followers are, how will I put it? They are the runt of the society that has absolutely no brain. Because if you have brain and you can think in a sane way, I tell you, you will know fully well that this is not it. And let me let you know something. They know. It's not that they don't know. But that bigotry, that arrant ethnic jingoism has really blocked their eyes that they do not even have any mentality for good things anymore. I'm not surprised. And you see, a lot of things are still going to show because you see, now only life it goes so long. But the day we truth go catch him, it will just carry one leg, you don't catch him. It's so painful. And I look at it and I ask myself, is this the life we are meant to live? Is this the life we are meant to live? So please, let us, for me, let them release it. Oh, I want them to release it. Auntie Kate, I greet you, ma. Thank you for taking it a stand when standing is not easy.
I greet you too, my brother. It's not easy, but you can't use money and buy integrity. That's what I can say. Money can never buy integrity. Never, ever, ever.
Thank you. So it is all about that. So for me, I don't care. I get plenty name now. Why do I be Omoale? I be iPod. I be waiting be the other name where they even knock myself. The name plenty. And I tell them that okay, I am a proper Ijebu boy, but I do not send Tinubu. I don't send him because he is not the morals I want to have out there. He's not the morals I want to have out there. Now everybody looks at it that you can do anything and make money and everything goes. That's not what we want to put out there. So for me, make them no care. Make them they do anything they want to do. But one thing I know is this. At the end of the day, everybody go meet in load for bus stop. And when everybody reach in bus stop, nobody go come down for another person. I use my mic.
Thank you so much. I beg, this one where they say this man named Tinubu Adekunle Bola Adekunle Tinubu. I beg. Adekunle good, I beg, hold me strong. I don't want to hear stories say they use power come snatch your wife because this man now can go any length now. Anyway, thank you so much. These cars, let's have them go to Isoko Queen, then come to Captain.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Ex-Nigerian, I don't know if this guy is now funding you that you are saying that FBI should not release anything. They must release all of them, like all of them.
The embarrassment is already.
I don't even care if right now if I'm being profiled in the US, but like let them release everything, including where he's from, because for someone that will have this kind of commotion going around him, it simply means that he's probably not from Nigeria and he's just trying to make every history in Nigeria with all this fake identity. Because if you graduated from a university, why then would you not just use West to get your document from your school instead of a whole president, somebody that aspiring to be a president? How much is verification that you have to now do a forged certificate? It simply means that he didn't go there, or he knew that the person that went to that school was a woman. And that's why you were just trying to join body too. But let me play this little video that is already happening for all the people that are thinking that they are not profiled about those.
Hundreds of UK registered nurses must retake their board.
Sorry.
Covered at a Nigerian testing center. They are suspected of obtaining their results fraudulently through the Nursing Midwife Council exam by using proxy testers, stand-ins, to take their tests for them. It was actually Pearson VUE that tipped off regulators. So 515 UK nurses tested at the center, and at least 48 are suspected, and now all of them must retake the test. They're being given 3 chances to take it and pass. If they refuse to take it or fail after 3 attempts, they're going to have to go to an investigative committee. And additionally, 669 of 1,440 who have applied to the UK register after testing at that center in Nigeria are suspected to be fraudulent applicants, and they're also required to take a new computer-based test. It just keeps happening.
So it just keeps happening means that Nigeria is now known for fraud, forgery, fake results, just because one man chose to be very, 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 very power hungry, that he knew he had all these lapses and still carried it to the top. No, he has to go. I think it's time everybody start protesting.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let us have Isuko Queen, then we'll go to Captain, please.
Thank you, my brother. Sister, Auntie Kate, good afternoon. Oh, thank you for being here with us.
Good afternoon, my sister.
You see, this our matter now. In fact, so you know, people like Tinubu, they think because they've used the services of people at his backyard, the Oluwole people at the backyard, that he's not going to come back and bite him. He's going to come back and bite him. And it pains me that the idiot people that you patronize, these Oluwole people, majority of them are in APC, and they will come on this Twitter or wherever and they say, oh, it doesn't really matter. It's okay. It's normal. It's this, it's that. Because people don't understand what integrity is. People don't understand what hard work is. You know, people don't understand these things. You want to always cut corners. You've done these things in the past. They've called you out, embassies, from embassy to embassy to embassy to embassy. But now we are getting to the point that even our president has actually used these people. Those of you that are not in Lagos, that are not from Lagos, there is a place in Lagos Island where people call Oluwole, where they do all these fake documentations. And I'm assuming now that our president has actually patronized those fake people, those people. Because where did he get all this forged documentation from? Where did he get them from? He would have used one of his boys or whatever, the politician boys, thugs, all of them. They would have gone there like, oh, you know what, we can get this, we can get that. Stupid lifestyle. And they think everybody should just embrace it and just look at what is going on. And this keep eating at our society. Young children tomorrow, they will go to school, they will not want to write exams, they want somebody to give them results. This is really, really bad. Not just is it that it's bad to us as Nigerians, it's actually bad for the generations that are coming. Because if this is swept under the carpet and is seen as normal, who do you want to stop? Who do you want to tell? Who do you want to hold to high standard? Who do you want to call up and say, don't do this? Who? When your president can actually be a president with forged documentation, forged school, forged everything, forged NYC, forged birth certificate, forged everything. And you want us to just accept it. That means you should not start accepting anybody that will come and work for you and will bring on fake stuff from one school that, like those the nursing, the others that went to the nursing, whatever examination center to get fake results. We can't accept this. This should not be accepted. Nobody should accept it. Please, we need to do something about this. Everybody needs to rise up and say, no, this cannot be our standard. This can never be our way of life. No, it can never. I reject it and I rebuke it. This should never stand. Perfect. Go ahead with others. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. One of our brothers here, one APC supporter, he's saying that Atiku is playing a blackmail game towards 2027. That Tinubu didn't forge any results. I was like, you can't accuse the president of such if you don't have any, concrete evidence. But APC supporters, they no one still accept, say their guy did this thing. Anyway, let's move on. And where is Captain? He was supposed to go next, but since he's not there, let's go to Waju, please. Waju, are you there?
First and foremost, let me appreciate the presence of Auntie Amaka Kate Henshaw. It's such an honor to have you here, Auntie. Thank you for always standing up for the truth. It's an honor to call you a compatriot. Thank you, ma. Obedience. On this, on imperfect space yesterday, I said that the system would destroy itself, and let me tell you, the necessary spark for that destruction to actually take place it's already been ignited. I mean, who would have thought that Atiku would go this far to actually reveal this truth about his long-term friend, one way or the other? I'm so happy. You don't know how excited and elated I am about this whole thing. It just fills me with pleasure and joy. I mean, at the same time. So it's really a great time to be a Nigerian. Now, in spite of all the negative press that this is actually enjoying globally, I think we should be happy one way or the other. Um, no society has ever enjoyed freedom without having had to go through, moments like this, moments like where everything will almost just go to the top and then crash eventually. So it's a thing of joy. But this is it. I just have a message, for Ecuadorians who probably are still trying to hide, behind that one finger, that whatever you support now, whether you think it's good for the nation or not, may you experience it in million folds. I know the country is just a prayer. I said it yesterday, I'm going to say it again. Whatever it is you support now, just because you think that you are probably dining at the table of your warlords, as it were, you would experience in fact in a more brutal way. Because you can't wish for a Nigeria that we all can be proud of, and then you're wishing this on Nigeria. It does not even make sense. And I'm not even talking about, see, if Tinubu had actually come out to say that I never went to school, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, it probably would have, been better. I mean, whether we like it or not, 2015, the greatest taboo, we committed it, by allowing by Buhari in the first place to be president. Somebody that could also not provide, his documents. So if he had actually, trodden the same path, maybe people wouldn't have had an issue with him. But the fact that it has actually become a full-blown, what you could call criminal activity, a global one, it's I think that if Baba has any respect, in his pouch at the moment, he just needs to do the honorable thing. Just say that, okay, Nigerians, I'm sorry, I'm tendering my resignation, so the Nigerian can have what I call a proper facelift. This is not the way it should be. And I mean, and I've heard Nigerians, talk about their how they would, how they define things over abroad and everything. I know we might need to do a lot of image work in image, redesigning and branding and everything. But at least this is what calls for a concerted effort. Everybody must make sure that we do not allow this individual to spend another extra 24 hours in the office, because it's a thing of shame. It's a thing of reproach. It's a thing that brings ignominy to our names, our collective identity as Nigerians. So, Atiku, I probably don't think so highly of you, but this one, I say thank you, sir. Kudos to you for going this length. Whether it was to score your point or to set you a score, but at least you did this. You did this. You did this. And guys, be on the lookout. This is not going to be the last. I can tell you for a fact that apart from even the FBI thing, you'll be shocked that some people that you even think are probably, parts of Tinubu's inner caucus, in the next couple of months, maybe some other revelations will come out, because there might be a new. Okay, Baba, I know now. Say me cannot talk again. Okay, I don't come out your space. I don't they talk again. What they do, because you be a seminarian.
No,
Very
Vegas.
careful.
He's like a minute more to wrap up. I beg.
But anyway, I'm just saying that the system will destroy itself. A lot of other revelations will still come out. I can tell you this for a fact, because people now have what I call them is political associates or opponents. They now have something to use against them, even those within this camp, and eventually it might just be the eventual destruction of a one-time, indomitable empire. I think it's going to happen. Whether we like it or not. No emperor ever ruled an empire for life. I guess it's about time for this one to also crumble. Thank you. I yield my mic.
All right, thank you so much, Waju. You did hear the talk. You just may become special advisor to Minister for Information. Now you go first. You go this night. You enter internet boss. You go Abuja. But here you,
I don't think you get used. But if nobody know for here, I know say you know. Say when we start this political spacing, they reached out to me. You know it, and I told you. At least when they say they won't give us money, and I know they come. Even that woman say I don't even get anything. Forget her. Maybe then they do her.
All right, thank you so much. Please, do you have APC supporters here on listener section? Please, if you are an APC supporter, give the 100 sign or the love sign, please. I want to give you guys the mic to come and debunk anything you feel like you want to. Any APC supporter? Mr. Joe, are you a born-again APC supporter? Because I saw this Tinubu's on your media. Mr. Joe, are you there? Okay, no wahala. Okay, let's move on then. Captain, you were supposed to go before Waju. Are you back?
Empa Kewe.
Yeah. Udo, welcome.
Empa, you know what? See, the reason we make her like it, you are always a patriotic Nigerian citizen. Leave all these unpatriotic Nigerian citizens alone that are asking people to release more information. I don't know what they want to use the information to do. Yeah? I don't know what they want to do with all of this information. You see, you have to be a patriotic Nigerian citizen. We want one Nigeria. One Nigeria has to stay intact. You see, this is our brother. It's our brother Tinubu. It's just a common mistake that every other Nigerians make. All of you, if you know say you never fuck up, raise your hand up. If you know you have not in one way or the other, did one or two kurukere, raise your hand up. I mean, we have to be patriotic. We have to support each other. Even the Bible say you have to forgive your brother. Imperfect, how many times again?
77 times, 70 upon 70.
Thank you very much. Are you people not Christians anymore? Yeah? Because this is becoming gregarious of Nigerians, always trying to, emotionally blackmail people who committed simple sin against them. It's nothing that happened. Is it worse than what Buhari did to you? Is it worse than what Buhari did to you? Let's just accept this thing. Is it worse than what INEC did to you, that by the time you wake up in the morning, they already called that election a result early in the morning, and you people were sleeping? You have to be a patriotic Nigerian citizen. Look at what FBI is doing to a whole #1 citizen of the country, and Nigerians are not fighting America.
Exactly.
The whole FBI.
We have to defend our own, please. It is an issue.
What is our DSS doing? Is this not a good time for our DSS to find a propaganda against bidding? Can you imagine a whole #1? What is SARS doing? If not to go catch boys, we get dreadlock and bends now. This would have been a good time. You have to be patriotic. Nigeria must stay one. Nigeria has to remain one. And you must be imperfect. Anybody that comes here and show any form of unpatriotism, remove that person. We want patriotic citizens. Patriotic citizens.
Captain, bye-bye. Captain, bye-bye. Good down. Live here. Captain, live here. You know, go eat. Come, yeah. Respect yourself, please. Respect yourself. Anyway, thank you so much, Captain. Thank you so much. Let us say, please, how many people are still standing on the mandate? Nobody again. Okay. Yoruba Yoruba Nation now. Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you. Hello everyone.
Hi,
Glad to
greetings.
join you
Please,
this
anybody that
afternoon.
want to speak should indicate so I'll know the next speaker, please. Thank you. Okay, go on.
Yeah,
Welcome.
I'm not going to say too much because I think I've already said quite a lot on your platforms. However, I think at the moment we're in a catch-22 because I don't think Tinubu is going to resign. And I don't think the Senate will remove him, you know, considering they all know they're all in each other's pockets anyway. So, and if they do remove him, who is he going to be replaced by? Another crony? You see, it's actually knowing what this system is all about. It's not about Tinubu. It's about what comes after, one crony after the other. And are we not asking ourselves why? Why is it that it's one crony after the other? Yet still the people don't have a voice. You don't have a voice in your elections. You don't even have a voice to say that, you know, we demand that this person, hypothetically that is, if he has done anything wrong, because I'm not passing judgment on anyone, you know, is his documents forged? But if it is, we the people want him out. You don't even have a voice there. And if he is chucked out, let's say he does resign, who is going to replace him? Is it the Atiku? When we all know his antecedents is, we know the one before what's his name? The one that came before
Buhari.
Yeah, we all knew what he was up to, don't we? So what are we saying here? You know, we need to get real. We need to confront that elephant in the room that this is who they have chosen to be there for the advantage. Who is benefiting from all this? This is the question that we all need to ask ourselves. Why are we having these bad leaders? Why are we not having what is just to us? Why are we not having proper light? Why are we not having good education? Why are our youth being transformed into addicts? You know, why are we not asking why is it one bad leader after the other? Why are we not asking ourselves these hard questions? You get rid of Tinubu. Who replaces him? It's the same bad cronies, the same set of people. Let's start to ask ourselves the questions. Is it worth us dying for these things? Let us go back to our original linguistic lines and cultural lines and be fair to ourselves. This is what we need to do. But if you are all happy not having a voice, well, those are your choices. I yield the mic.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let us hear from Biruki, then come to Grandmaster, please. Biruki, are you there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here now.
Okay, go on, please.
All right. The last speaker asked the question, why do we have bad leaders? It's very simple. In chemistry, there's a term. They say scum always rise to the top, doing saponification. Scum always rise to the top. In human society, it's very simple. Stop allowing idiots to be your leader inside your house. We have 36 houses in Nigeria. When you allow an idiot to become LGA chairman, go to House of Assembly, become a governor, he will likely end up a senator, and he will likely end up a minister. This is how Nigeria works. So make sure an idiot never rise in your house. If you have an idiot, keep her inside house. If not, they will say that family, they produce madmen. And that's what's happening right now. They're saying, no, not all Yoruba people support Tinubu. Now let Tinubu. Why? The shame, though they rob the whole Yoruba race now. Now everybody's denying. They're always saying, no, now Lagos. Lagosians are saying, no, it's from Osun State. Now Iraq Biji, not be Lagos they come from. Because the shit, though they rob everyone. So to stop it once and for all, make sure madmen never rise in your house. If not, you go run mad for market. They go say, now that family, they get that compound. Now their brother be that. Family of mad people. That's for that. Now, secondly, like I said, I think that was a Sunday imperfect. I said, make on Monday rich. OJ and King, they say, yes, make on Monday rich. Yes, on Monday don't come now. Everybody don't run. Nobody belongs to APC again. No. All men don't go underground. After Atiku don't talk, nobody won't talk again now. All men, they're all on the ground. Like I said, and I'll keep saying, my own target was very simple. I have my own inside that document that they look for. And finally, I don't confirm him. That man not go school for Nigeria. He not go. They held him first. He said it was Senator Kiomi that signed. He went to Government College, Ibadan. Meanwhile, all his interview, he always said he went to that school and that other primary school. I will give you the name of that funny school name that never existed. Not this record came up, and what did they say? I said, let me check that secondary school aspect. Nothing concerns me when I go. Now the secondary, and he mentioned it again, Government College again in Lagos. Meaning he has been lying for over 20 years. This man has been lying. He went to Government College. What even piqued my interest was this. One of my older cousins, he was even born in the University of Ibadan, teaching hospital. He's still in Ibadan till today. He went to that school. He said they don't know Tinubu. He attended all the alumni meetings. He said they don't know that man. He's not their setmate. He was never in that school. And I asked him, he said one day, this story will come outside. When breeze go blow, Inyash go finally open, and now Inyash open. He never attended any government college anywhere. So for me, I'm already at peace. Now, secondly, I think it was the watch that was saying something about this issue of education. There's something we need to understand. And this is why Lautech was shut down for so long. He was chancellor of the school. You have Ajimobi, you have Aibeshola. He could not solve that issue. His hand not clean, his mind not clean, his brain not clean. He has no interest in tertiary education. That's why anytime AP supporters always come to talk about Tinubu, I always challenge them. Start from last. Show me last protect. Make I show you it. Our own international crook, James Ibori, international triple convicted crook. But yet, when he reach education, he not get meat. At least he go Uniben. He read Echo Stats, Uniben, he graduates. Even though a madman, at least he go school. And when he came back to our state, we saw what he did. Show me what that man do for last. How much he pay professors? You don't know the worth of education now. My own they buy car, they give bungalow to professor, made the state brand new. What your own do? You they shout IGRO. He invested nothing in Lasso. Now last protect, okay, manage the last protect you jam. My own build brand 3 polytechnic. All at the same time. Your own, enough in manage your one even meet. But you say that man go school. He never went. He not value school. That's why everywhere now, Owobinda. Everywhere for Lagos, Owobinda. Because he not go school. He never went. Like I said, I don't really confirm him. Finally, I'm at peace. So whether that will share CJ and say he go value the case or not, it's not my business. FBI release he not concern me. I don't confirm say that man did not go to school. I'm already at peace. If any episode you do pim, show me the secondary school that man go. That's my next question. And I go show you 7 straight interview. That man said he went to school at Ibadan. And I go play my uncle tape, post uniform for year, all the classmates. May they show Tinubu for that class. May they show for that year. They go point Tinubu for me for inside that photo. They go point Tinubu for me. I eat the mic for now.
Tinubu fit be their senior, or if you go.
He never attended alumni old boy association meeting one day.
He was. You see,
and still came to Ibadan. That was 2 years ago.
If you should go to,
who was not even there. Who was in Nigeria? He not attend.
If you should go
there at Ibadan, Tinubu not come.
If you should go to some schools now, go to some classes. There's always like this student that's very quiet and calm and very shy. Yes.
He be vampire. Not show a photo. When you not get a shadow, he be vampire.
He was camera shy. He's camera shy.
Anyway, he's a great man. Great men, they don't go to school, but they get uniform for us. He's a great man.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Grandmaster, after you go to Tope.
All right, Imperfect, good afternoon to you.
I greet you.
It's unfortunate that Miss Madam Henshaw has left. I wanted to just say a very good, thank you to the lady, because honestly speaking, to me, she's last of the Mohicans, right? Last of those who stood, on the path of good. And that Iyabo Jo, those two ladies, I have, immense respect for two of them. Imperfect, I want to first of all, appreciate the man Atiku, for honestly not only investing his time, resources, and energy, in digging deep and building further on what David Udeni started, but also doing this not just for us, but for posterity and future. I know a lot of you listened to the press conference. You can clearly see that the man has laid bare everything for Nigeria and Nigeria judiciary. He's now telling them, do with it whatever you want to. And I want to thank you once again for dissociating himself emphatically from Tinubu.
I swear to, I
That
swear.
was very
When I heard
important
that
to do. It was extremely important that he did that, for dissociating himself in front of the whole world from Tinubu. You see, all those who are willing, to go to the end with this guy, they will reap the benefits of everything they did. You see, we normally say that the stubborn fly often ends up in a corpse going 6 feet down to the grave. Unfortunately, those who have decided to go down in infamy with Tinubu, the future will not forget them. Posterity will remember them for what they did in helping to destroy this country. But see, just like Biruki said, I was looking out for something, and that thing was confirmed. It was confirmed. I said this yesterday on your Space Imperfect, that Tinubu did not attend CSU. Disregard every nonsense they will come and tell you that they got his transcript. They got this, he was admitted, and this and that, all sorts of nonsense, as they were saying yesterday. I said, I disagree. Tinubu did not attend CSU. And thanks to Atiku and his lawyers, they have verified that Tinubu did not, attend CSU. How did I know Tinubu did not attend CSU? Imperfect. It does not take anything for you to reapply for any document from your former school in the diaspora. You will receive it in under 5 working days. That is how things work here. Regardless of the time that you graduated, regardless of the time that you were in that country, you will receive it. These people keep records even up to as far back as the 16th century. So for Tinubu to tell me and tell Nigerians that apparently he could not retrieve his certificate because he lost it during Ladeko, and for that reason he needed to get someone, a vendor, to create a different certificate for him to submit to INEC, it tells you one thing: he did not get a certificate in the first place. He was not present in the first place. Because why I'm saying this is this: they will come and tell you, that he was admitted, he did this, he did that, he did this, that. Imperfect. The truth of the matter is this: you have no reason whatsoever to go and look for a fake document to submit to a body like INEC. There's no reason for that. But Tinubu, for some reason, wants us to believe that he actually got a certificate, and then this certificate is what he submitted to INEC. But unfortunately for him, Atiku's lawyer came out and said that they have confirmed that the certificate that Tinubu submitted was fake. And that is the crux of the matter. You see, when they come to remind you that he went to the school and he got a transcript, it does not matter. What we are talking about is our electoral law. And our electoral law says that if you submit a fake document, regardless of if you went to the school or not, it does not matter. Then your candidature stands nullified. That is the electoral law. But Tinubu submitted a fake document, a forged certificate. That is all I needed to know. And that was all I was looking forward to. And they have confirmed it, that what he gave INEC and what he presented to Nigerians were actually faked, forged. Now, Imperfect, that is the first part of the puzzle. I think the next part of the puzzle, a lot of you should be looking forward to. You understand? Be critically looking forward to is the classified FBI documents. Imperfect. I know I have seen some part of that document. It was redacted because they were mentioning Tinubu, in a kind of classified way. But the truth of the matter is this: if Tinubu did not go to Chicago State University and Tinubu did not obtain any certificate from CSU, what was Tinubu doing in Chicago? The document coming from the FBI is going to throw more light into that, because his presence in Chicago was for a reason. A lot of you may not have known this, but some of us have seen these documents. And the truth of the matter is that Tinubu was actively dealing drug. When I'm not saying this and I'm not hiding myself. You guys can see my face. I'm reading this, I'm telling you this from the document that I saw. Tinubu had a cartel, members of drug cartel, that were shipping containers of heroin from Lagos down to Chicago, and they were distributing. When FBI releases the document, you will see the personal conversations they had with each of them when they were doing the underground investigation. You will see it word for word, the kind of questions they asked them. You will see how they, minute for minute discussion they had with each of them when they were interviewing them, right? When they were engaging them as undercover agents. You will see it. And I'm hoping that that will throw more light on what he was actually doing. Because a lot of them have come to say, oh, he was working for Mobile. he was working for Deloitte. Deloitte has denied, I see, has denied that he ever worked for them. The question is, what was he doing in the US? What was Tinubu actually doing in the US? If it has been established that he never studied the US, he never got a certificate in the US, he was not duly admitted in any university in the US, Tinubu was up to something. And for the number of years he spent in the US, he was up to something. The document coming from the FBI is the second part of the puzzle, and it's going to throw light into how deep the drug cartel that Tinubu and his gang were running in the US, how deep he went. Let me leave that this imperfect. I yield the mic.
Thank you so much. They opened the space and they're debunking everything Atiku said. Say that in a lie, that's in a false accusation. Grandmaster, where you did now, can you go and talk about shorts now without any concrete evidence to back up your claim? Can
I go where? Sorry?
The president of, or I mean, the Bundeskanzler.
Okay, shorts, yeah.
Can you accuse him now falsely without any concrete evidence?
No, of course. Why would I do that?
Okay. Because APC, guys, they're saying that nothing Atiku did is fake.
Okay, let me put this, just let me say this before I drop, because I want to go down. Just a second, let me say this. You see, Atiku has uncovered the truth. Like he said, almost a quarter decade, conspiracy has been laid bare. But I don't want Nigerians to come and believe that for a second that this judiciary is going to do anything with this information. Just like Atiku said, he has presented the truth to them. Let them do with it whatever they want. If you for a second are still hoping that for some reason the Nigerian judiciary and the Supreme Court is gonna do something with this document, I think we should start preparing for the worst, because apparently this rot is so deep, this conspiracy is so deep, it is beyond what we can comprehend. Let me just leave it at that. Thank you.
Grandmaster, if they end up not doing anything, I think they should go back and give Umesoma her jam results that she scored and let her continue with her life. Very simple. Yes. Tope, I think you should be next. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. The matter long. I will start from the last speaker. In fact, you've nailed it on the point, and also Ruki, you said a lot too. The last time Yoruba Nation was asking, what do we do if, where do we go from here if perhaps Tinubu stepped down, and who else we take the mantle of leadership? According to the Greek philosophy in politics that I came across recently, that we have three people in a country that participate in politics. We have the idiots, not necessarily idiots. I mean, they are men that sit on the fence. We have the tribesmen and the citizens. Among us here, definitely we have the three of them. But I can say that perhaps for now, 90% of us are citizens. All we want is good governance. We want the right people to be there. Going by the question Yoruba Nation asked, where do we go from here? If we do not kill the cancer that is dealing with our nation right now, by people presenting their tribesmen out to say this is whom should govern us, and we do not give them a rules and regulation by saying, even though you are subjected to your own tribe, man, this is the standard. What we are trying to do right now is to create a standard for whoever is going to occupy any position. I mean, any position from the presidency, even to the local government chairman or the councillor. Because if we sweep this under the carpet, I tell you, in the near future, someone either from East, South, will be presented as the president that we should vote for. And that person having a questionable character, if we all now stand against the person to say, no, we are not doing this, they will refer us back to this present moment that we are right now to say, when so person was also the president, what did we say about it? What did we say about it? Now it will be a roller coaster, and we'll begin to go round and round and round. Nefertiti, that lady, there is a pinned message she had, or she has rather, on her page that talked about Obasanjo. I'm not trying to give any glory to Obasanjo, but there are some things that she actually made mention of, having a leader that stands tall among other leaders in the world. That is the kind of a leader that we have. I remember during Obasanjo period, no one trashed Nigerians anyhow. And the same thing in 2015, if we could all recall, when Bubu came into power, his disposition to all of us made everyone to behave well. I could recall then, anytime I'm traveling towards between west and east, anytime I approach Edo State, I'm always scared because all the parastatals there, man, they are so dreadful. But I remember there was a time during that 2015, I was passing through. All the policemen were all behaving. The custom officers, the road safety. I was like, wow. Not until when Bubu fucked up and we went back to factory settings. The same thing. I still recall that 2015, when we were advocating for Made in Nigeria, I was a sales rep for a company that produces Nigerian shoes. I was not even finding it difficult to sell my products. Why? Because all I can say is that the president says we should patronize Nigerian. And I can tell you that in all my time in sales and marketing, that's 2015, 2016, I recorded the highest sales. Why? Because the body language of the president, it is what we all followed, and it paid off. Not until when he fucked up. Now, if we should allow this thing to be swept under the carpet, we are saying there is a rot in the society, the fraud here and there and there. If you have checked over time, if any of these boys were arrested, the first thing they will point accusing finger at is our politicians. They will tell you that can't they see what the politicians are doing, that they should be the first to be arrested? Why are they arresting them? What does that signify? It says that all of us are following the pattern of the person that is leading us. So if this is swept under the carpet, definitely anyone can come up with any forgery or whatever it is, and they will ask you to go and hold the president and ransom or responsible for their own misbehavior. Nobody will begin to be held responsible for their action. People will start doing what we call backpassing. So that is the problem we are having right now, and that is why we cannot allow it to go. Aside that, I want to go back to this issue of forgery. There is something I've been waiting for people to even underline or underscore that they are not doing it. The question is, reading or going through that deposition, the school said there has never been a time that a request was made for these original certificates. Definitely, if you do not have, or if you do not request for the original, where is the replacement coming from? Because there must be an original certificate that probably got lost, either in transit or something happened to it, for you to request for a replacement. Now, going by the person that Tinubu is, that we knew before now, how much does it cost for you to request for a replacement? That is another thing. Number 3, internet, do not forget. Since 1999, this man has been having so many things hanging on his head. But unfortunately, many of us could not have access the way we have it now to dig deep. But because of the internet, we're able to go deeper. Now, it does not take Tinubu to even go to the CSU to say, give him my original certificate. All he needed was to send an email or to apply through the school website. Excuse me, what has that got to do? Or how long does that take? Since 1999 to now, you know you are going for a presidency, right? So it is not overnighting that you have to now forge the certificates. All these things are not adding up. Now, that also open up another part that the Southgate, what is it called? Document that was used to apply for Chicago State University red citizenship. And in our constitution, it says that you cannot have a dual citizenship. I'm not even talking of the gender here. I'm talking of having it as the SSN stating that this person that is applying for this particular, into this school is a US citizen. So going by our constitution, it says that you cannot be of dual citizenship. So there are so many things that is not adding up. So please, we need to just go to the root of the matter, not because of now, but because of the generation to come. And Pharaoh Timi said something earlier that we have to kill this Nigerian now. If we do not kill this Nigeria now to birth new one, we are on a long ride though. and it is not going to pay each and every one of us. Already our image is tainted all over the world. It is better. Let it scatter now so that we can rebuild. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Wonderful submission. I can't wait to listen to Arise TV tomorrow. Let me watch this guy defend Tinubu again, if possible. Anyway, thank you so much. Wonderful submission. And thanks to internet also, thanks to social media. Even up until now, the Nation newspaper, they are still tweeting nonsense. The Punch newspaper also the same thing. This man didn't plan this thing today. This man took his time. He has been planning this thing for like decades, to be sincere. Because now I feel like most of the media houses, they've all been paid. You know, it is terrible. So sad. Let's hear from Solam. Then we'll come to Solomon. Then we'll go to Justice, please. Thank you.
Empa, well done. Hello.
You're welcome. Greetings to you.
You know, people are, in fact, people believe this now because it was Atiku that dig in and bring it out. But this thing has been on the limelight since 1999. This forgery and everything, Tinubu not being to school, it has been out since 1999. But people do not believe it because the politicians, they're just playing with, taking bribe, playing with this Nigerian system. It has been there for a long time. No?
Solam, hold on, please. I think this man been this month. There was one time they accused Davido's uncle, is it Adeleke, for
Yeah. That's the same issue too now. The same issue.
Exactly. But he went back to school,
Yeah,
right?
he went back to school after 4 years. Then he came out again.
But actually, it was the elder brother that warned him. He said if you not go to school, Davido father, he said if you not go back to school, sponsor election. He told him point blank.
He went back to school for 4 years. Yeah. He went back to school. So now, as you're talking about this FBI something, remember that was either a month ago. I told you that what you call enquête in French. Enquête. I told you if FBI bring out the enquête of Bola Tinubu, believe me, many Nigerians will go down with him. Many Nigerians will go down with him. Like Grandmaster said, you have seen some. Let me tell you, enquête of Tinubu is there. Tinubu is connected. Do you know the Cali brothers? Cali brothers in Colombia. There is a lot of things in that FBI enquête. 20-something thousand files. Do you know what it is? Both audio tape, everything. So what Nigerians have to do is to make sure Tinubu leave. From there, you people can clean that Nigerian political class, because all of them, they are in it. All of them. Believe me, when we are in Africa, when we are in Nigeria, if we are in Nigeria, we don't know what is going on. But when you come to Western world and integrate to the system, open your head, believe me, you will find out that most of these politicians, they are drug dealers, they are scammers, they are crook, all of them that you are seeing there. Because their files are here, their documents are here, you will see the documents. So all of them, as you are seeing them there, they have 1 or 2 files in the Western world that if you go to the police where they did their enquete, you will go crazy about who they are. So that FBI something, they must release it for Nigeria to clean up their political class. That's what they call politicians. They are not politicians. These are thieves, rogues, robbers that are there. They are not politicians. So they need to bring it out. And believe me, they will bring it out because it's already out. Just that it's not in the hands of Nigerians. It's already out. People have it. People that know that guy. I told you last time that somebody from Colombia told me that I don't know who that guy is, that they know who he is. So they have a hint of who that guy is. So mainly that guy is a pure now Lord, as you say so. Now big Lord, as you say so. The guy won't pocket Nigeria the way he pocketed. Am I audible? Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
go on. Yeah,
so the way he pocketed Lagos State, that guy is a Lord. Anybody coming to him, just imagine this guy. I don't know one other guy that say we are Siwaju boys. One of the senators, I don't know him. He say Ruben Akpati, yeah, we are Asiwaju's boys. From the kind of sentence that comes out of that guy's mouth, that guy is a tout. No matter the kind of abada the senator he wears, he's a tout. We are Asiwaju's boys. When you hear boys, believe me, I have been in such a position before. When somebody will come with say, We say we are his boys. You know,
but that guy should be in his 50s.
Yeah, that guy should be.
But they me 50 years.
A tout is a tout, no matter your age.
Is that?
No matter they me for Kogi State when they fight Dino. 50 years.
Okay. How old could Abati should be like almost 60. I don't know.
60 plus. Around that 64, 65.
Asking boys to
Yeah, he said
they are
boys. So if you understand, you know, most of Nigerians, they are still in. I may say when you live in Nigeria, I may say that you are in a box that you don't know what is happening. But when you travel to Western world, not to visit, when you live in Western world from 1 year, 2 years, you will see your brain. You will be more intelligent. Your brain will open to see things, reality the way it is. When somebody say we are as Siwaju boys, so no matter what he did, they can never go contrary to what he said, and that is what he want to do. He want to breed morons, breed criminals like the way he did in Lagos. He want to breed it to the national level. Believe me, if that guy stayed there 4 years, before you go for Senate or any seat in that Abuja, you must submit to him or to his gang. They will tell you, okay, go for us. That is what he want to create. So, but now, that is the reason why Atiku is fighting to make sure. Now they have seen that they can't put him out just like that, but let's find something that will make Nigerians believe that this guy is not real. That was why Atiku was digging deep to bring out those things for Nigeria to believe. Already, those things are out there since 1999. It's out there. So, but my own concern is that this guy is a pure. That's now Lord in B. Had he been that Escobar is alive, maybe by now he have been drinking and dining with that guy, telling him, "Oh boy, don't you see? I'm not a president." You know, just to they like to rub shoulder to say that I'm still going higher. It doesn't need the money. What he needs is power and the ego to show that I'm going higher. That is what is in them. They don't need money anymore. They need power. They need to say I'm in control. To say kill this person, they'll kill the person. Nothing will happen. That is the kind of thing in their head. So FBI must release that file. Already is out, but they will release it. That's automatically people will believe that this is FBI that release it, not through the back door. If they open that thing, you will see that this guy now shipload in 70s in US, now shipload. You will see so many names will come up. You will see some black Americans that they caught them, they see them down, they query them. You will see this guy name manipulating, and this guy, his name is not really Ahmed Tinubu. You will see his real name then the FBI will bring you out his real name, who this guy is. His real name is there. His real name is not Bola Tinubu. They will bring you out his real name. So I yield for now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think he now has a new name attached to his previous names. Adekunle. Hell, only one man. Pastor Solomon, over to you after you go to justice.
Yeah. Perfect. Hope you're fine. Good evening, Justice, Sola, Yuruki, my comedian friend who is always making me smile. Good evening, everyone on the space, Vindicated. I just want to say, am I audible?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, what Grandmaster said, I tend to want to agree with his submission. Now, what certificate did he use to gain admission into the Chicago University? You know, my children will always say, Daddy, it's not Chicago, it's Chicago. I say, I bet, leave me. They go put C. When I want to they call her she. You know, so what certificate did he use to go to that, to gain admission into that Chicago University? Because if he attended a secondary school he completed in 1970, maybe in the spirit realm, and the real school was born in 1974, I don't know. I can't. And we still find people who come out to argue and begin to. It's quite unfortunate that we find ourselves with certain persons in this country. And I want to say something. You know, where there's no law, sin cannot be known. We are waiting for the Supreme Court to just do nonsense. See, even we pastors, we go start to preach, make all the children where their result no good, make them go forge their result. Because what makes something a sin or makes something wrong is when that thing is, when there is a law that is against it. For instance, now, if God had not said, thou shalt not kill, it will not be a sin. If he didn't say, thou shalt not commit adultery, adultery will not be a sin. If he didn't say, thou shalt not do this. Now, if Supreme Court will come out to validate this man, to validate this certificate, to say there is nothing wrong, it means that it's time for everybody to just go for, forge. Let's keep forging. There are graphic designers who can design every kind of certificate better than the one that Tinubu has even designed. Let people go forging, because if the Supreme Court validates it, it means it's a law. It is acceptable. It's not a crime again. So we are waiting for this nonsense to be validated. Thank you, Mr. Imperfect.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I beg, please, they should give Miss Omar her results because she needs scholarship. I beg, when they will give her result back. If they can, accept Tinubu's nonsense, then make all of us begin the case then. Justice, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning, Imperfect.
Good morning to you, my brother. You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone on the space. Even I don't know even what to say anyway, but what I really want to laugh is Buriki. Buriki, you are wasting your talent. I think Buriki should be a comedian.
What I do?
Buriki should be a comedian because you are just wasting. You
Nah,
are
that
just
I come
wasting
from.
your talent. At least you and Ale Baba.
No, the
Yeah,
bonus.
I think so because when you say people should not allow their idiots to come to a stage of power, I was just laughing my ass out. But something you didn't put in context is that this system made it impossible for you to make any choice of who you want to be your leader. This system choose who they want. I can tell you for a fact because Nigeria make it impossible for good people to become leaders. Because if you have the money now, you be whatever you want to be in Nigeria. So Tinubu buy his way up. And another thing I want people to understand is that don't be deceived by all these whole brouhaha of fake documents. The Western world know the game. And when they want to hold you, they know who to place there. All these games they are playing, Atiku have his own case. Let's not forget. And for us to understand that it was not in our interest for Atiku or Tinubu to become the president of Nigeria. I made this thing clear before the election. When people say Obi is going to be the next president of Nigeria, I laugh. I told them, America have Tinubu file. They have Atiku file. Why not bring this file out so that these two people will be disqualified so that Obi will have a chance to compete fairly? Why do they allow the election to go? And something you people should understand is that, is it today Atiku? Atiku was in ACN with Tinubu.
Justice. Atiku is now born
no,
again.
forget about the born again.
Please.
These are Western, the Western owners. And what are we going to do?
He just left Damascus. He's not poor.
He just left. Exactly. He's no more.
One thing I want you to understand is that this is a system that have ring against us. I don't know how we're going to deliver ourselves from all these whole noises because this whole thing is not going to save us. And don't be surprised that Tinubu is not going to resign and our law is not going to stop him because they're supposed to have dig out this thing and disqualify him before we go to the pool. Now we have went to the pool and now everybody is shouting. One thing I want to reemphasize and stand with is what my sister, Yoruba Nation, said. We can rant as much as we can do. We don't even have power to decide our fate. Atiku have come with the whole fake paper and everything. But do we have power to say no? If we have that power, this morning, all of us will stand up, not even coming to space to talk. All of us could stand up and said, this man must resign. Do you see any uproar? Do you see any people shouting? There's still people that is on his side. And money can do anything in Nigeria. So we don't even have the power to decide that this man will resign. So all the thing we are doing is just ranting. What are we going to do? Nothing. The worst thing have happened in Nigeria, and people still move on. So I know that this system has been rigged. I know that this system is not going to work for my favor. I know that this whole thing that we are seeing here today is still going to continue, even Tinubu resign or stay, because there's nothing for my interest that is in it. Till we decide to go back to who we are, before this colonial master show up in our space. I know it. Everybody that wants to be the leader of Nigeria, this Western world, it happened during Jonathan. They have the file of everybody that want to rule in Africa. Because if they don't do it, the FBI, CIA, they're everywhere. They know their records. If they don't do it, their interests will not be protected in Africa. So if we can continue, but thank God I'm no more in Nigeria before this whole thing are happening. I'm a Biafran, and I will remain a Biafran and die a Biafran. So people will say, which passport are you using? I'm not stateless. I can't even claim this nonsense as a country because it's a shameful thing to be. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Mr. Solomon Ojakovo. Hi, how are you doing today?
Hello?
Yeah, over to you, sir.
Yes. I thank you very well. I thank you for this constant space you are giving us to air our view. I want to sing the praises of Ganifa Emi, the late Ganifa Emi, the human rights activist. This is the man that saw this thing happening, but we were wrong. We gave him deaf ears at that time when he was shouting. The man knew that Tinubu is the greatest error ever to be in government in Nigeria. The man was shouting on top of the voice. We didn't listen to him. We did not even give him a helping hand. But now today, we must remember Ganifa Emi in our hearts, in our prayers, every day until Tinubu get out of that seat. I mean, the man is smelling. The smell is just so overwhelming. For Africa, we will not get shame. There's no shame. He has seen the handwriting on the wall. What's stopping him from resigning? What's stopping him from throwing the resignation letter? As I speak to you now, so this Arise man, they talk for air now. So before they talk now, say we should leave the matter to the Supreme Court. To this, Dr. Ruben Abati. He's saying now that we should leave the matter.
That former Tinubu's boy.
Yeah, Ruben Abati. Ruben Abati.
Now, Tinubu boy. Yeah.
As I speak to you now, so it's on air now. They talk say Nigerians are too emotional. We are too emotional that the case is sub judice. I tell the speaker and say Mokuli the matter for Supreme Court to decide. When we know for Nigeria say if we not mount pressure on the Supreme Court will toast Tinubu line. I don't understand this country. I don't understand this country at all. The country is stinkily smelling, man. How can you see truth? You go see truth. You tell us in a lie. You just see lie. You tell us in a truth. I don't know which kind of country be this. So I don't understand. Honestly, I swear. I just want to give a suggestion. I don't know that we can sustain this pressure on the Supreme Court. Let them give us a favor. Let us give us the judgment is clear. The judgment is everything is clear that this man did not go to Chicago University. It's clear. So what be the opera for? Say we should wait for the Supreme Court to decide. Let the Supreme Court decide that we should wait for the Supreme Court. To me, it shows clearly say that man don't eat corn. No, what do you think? The man don't eat corn now. I bet what could mount pressure on the Supreme Court steadily like this.
Interjecting you, and I really am really sorry, but I'm sure all of us are listening, but I just want to say this very quickly and ask the question actually, which Supreme Court? Are you
The Supreme Court of
not
Nigeria.
getting what's happening here? You don't have a voice. When you vote, you don't have a voice. When you can't even go, okay, to test what I'm saying, why don't you all go out and protest inside your Nigeria? All of you go out and protest and then see what will happen. You don't have a voice. Your elections are fraudulent. You don't have a voice. You can't vote. You can't protest. If they remove the Tinubu, who is going to be next? another scammer. Because you take him out, they're going to put somebody else. You take that one out, they're going to put somebody else. So what is your fate? Are you all listening to yourselves? You don't have a voice. The theory has been tested. The last election that took place was a scam. The one before that was a scam. And okay, let us say Tinubu, he forged. Yeah, he forged. But what about the one that was there before? The Buhari? Was he not fraudulent? Was his own certificate not a fraud? Are you all listening to yourselves? That this is not about Tinubu. This is about you, the people. You having a voice. It's not even about, it's about you, the individuals. Where are you placing yourselves? What is it about this Nigeria that was not created by yourselves, that you are all insisting in staying in? I'm not getting it at all. It's crazy, but it's up to you. Maybe you like complaining. Maybe you like talking about the same thing. Maybe you like talking about, you don't, Supreme Court, but there's no Supreme Court. There is no rule of law. Because if there was a rule of law in the first place, the first one that did it, Buhari, he would have been removed. So why would the second one that is coming, why would he not produce if it is a fraudulent certificate, why would he not produce it? Of course he would. And then you're going to get another one, because the one that they're going to put there now, he's not clean. He's not clean. And the one they're going to put there afterwards.
Please, so she's in.
Okay, please.
Sorry.
Why do you people hate to hear the truth? Why do you people hate to hear the truth? Truth always eats your ears.
One was
Okay,
talking,
it's okay.
you interjected
Okay,
her. Hold on.
Somebody was speaking actually, please.
Why do you
before
people
she
hate
came.
the truth?
It's okay.
So
It's okay. Okay, Solomon, just a minute more, then let's go to the next speaker. Please, if you want to speak, indicate so we can call you. Please, thank you. Okay, Solomon, just a minute more, then we can go to Alien, then come to Dr. Klopp, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I'm just praying that, look, let this pressure on the Supreme Court continue. We should not relax. We should not relent. Let the pressure on the Supreme Court continue, because I speak to you now. I'm speaking from Warri in Delta State. Now, this Saturday there will be a protest in Warri on the Supreme Court. We are trying to draw their attention to the Supreme Court that, look, they should follow the law. That's what the law says, that they should look to the law, that they should not give any technical judgment. They should look what the law say, what the Electoral Act say, and give judgment on it. That is what we are planning here in Warri this Saturday. In Warri, that's what we are planning. So I just pray that, Nigerians, like what the last lady was saying, Nigerians all over, anywhere we are, we should mount pressure on the Supreme Court. Let them see the reasons for them to give a judgment that is according with the laws of the land. I yield my mind. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Let's have Alien, then come to William, then go to Dr. Klopp, please.
Thank you very much. The last speaker, I really encourage what you are saying. What Atiku did what people like David Hudein have done is what we should all be doing. And these are the people we should encourage. We should encourage their resilience. We should encourage their doggedness to go for truth and justice. That is what we should be. That is what this article's press conference was all about. To come and tell the world what is happening, irrespective of what anybody thinks, to come and tell them the truth, the findings that we got in the court, and everything, and to come and tell us the groundwork done years back that has led to this moment, this momentous win, I believe, for Nigeria and its people. Agreed, we have corruption in our judicial system. It is visible to the deaf, to the blind, and audible to the deaf that there is corruption there. But it will not stop us from speaking. If you feel like you do not have faith in Nigeria, if you feel like you do not have faith in the people, no problem. It is fine by you. But don't come and start discouraging us that still have hope, glimmers of hope here and there. Don't come and start telling us this. If you feel like you do not have any hope, no problem. Go and start forming your own this thing. But for us that still have hope, still believe that the truth is stronger than lies, no matter how it is depressed. For people that have read history and see how many years we have fought for this day, we still believe that something good may happen, can happen. Even if it doesn't happen now, it will still happen because there are people speaking the truth. And that is what Atiku is showing. We are not saying Atiku is a saint. All of us know here that Atiku is not a saint. But we have seen, and that is what I have been seeing for most of these politicians. The more they get older and the more that I have nothing else to lose again, the more they become more objective. And that is what Atiku is doing. Like he said in the press conference, I don't know if we heard it. He said he doesn't care if he is the president or not, but he wants to dig out the truth. And we are bringing out the truth. This is pure forgery. In fact, the thing is so laughable that people like Reno or Mokri, they have stopped tweeting about this issue. Reno or Mokri, that is a PDP person, I don't understand. He has stopped tweeting about this issue. All the lies he has been spreading, he has stopped tweeting about it. People in Arise TV are seeing the truth. Everybody is seeing the truth. The APC people are even quiet. Check the timeline. They are quiet. Their spaces are quiet. So we have to say the truth, irrespective of the oppression. We know our history as Black people and as Nigerians. We know how we were used as slave trade. The slaves then did not stop speaking. They did not stop fighting for justice. We should not stop fighting and speaking the truth. Somebody should not come here and start interjecting and telling us that there's nothing we can do. We are oppressed. We are this. So we should allow our future just be going like that because you do not believe in it. If you do not believe in the fight, there are millions of people in Nigeria like us that believe in this fight. And we will keep on fighting. With or without Supreme Court, we will still keep on shouting and screaming our voices out there. We know the truth. We cannot be marginalized or pushed to not say the truth. Please don't come and discourage people here. Don't come and discourage people here.
Oga, why
Don't
not
come
you
and
have
make
a
us
pool and
feel
make
us
people
bad.
who want to be
You
in this
believe in
country or not?
Biafra, believe in your Biafra. Nobody's arguing
You
with
believe
here.
in Nigeria.
But allow us to say the truth.
Why not have a
Allow
pool?
us to say the
This is a
truth.
rubbish. You don't
Stop
tell me.
coming and telling us
Why do you
things
want me
that
to be part of Nigeria?
stop coming
The useless Nigeria.
and
Let
bringing
us have a
people's
pool.
hopes down.
And let this
You are
nonsense
not
stop.
God. Are you
You come
God?
here.
Are
I'm
you
not God.
God?
Are you
Shut
God?
up.
Are you God?
Shut
Are
up,
you God?
Mr. Man. Are you
You are
God?
an idiot.
You
Shut
want
up
to come
yourself.
and the common hope people
Discourage you on
have.
what?
People like
Nigeria have
Atiku
discouraged
that have gone
everybody. You
far
have
and
come here
wide to make
discourage
sure
what?
this history come. You are telling us
Discourage what?
this. Keep quiet
You
here. You
wanted
don't
to,
know what you
wanted
are
to
I'm
say you are
saying.
sorry.
the truth.
What is going
Shameless
on?
person like you.
Sorry.
Please,
Shameless
What
everybody
is
man
going
is
like
on?
you.
entitled
Hold
to
on.
their
Hold
own
If
on,
you do
guys.
not
opinion.
Hold
believe
on.
in
Please, these
Nigeria,
people,
we
Hold
just
on.
believe
Stop
in
your
this.
opinion.
Hold,
stop
You don't
the
talk
We
your
hold
believe
argument.
in
on,
opinion.
the hope
guys.
and justice.
Stop your
Hold
It
on.
doesn't
opinion.
make,
Hold
No,
on,
no,
it
please.
no.
doesn't
Hold on,
make
guys.
sense.
Hold on,
You are
guys.
not
What's
being
going on?
productive here.
What's going on? Hold on. Hold on, please.
Imagine.
Alien. I don't know what happened. What did you say that triggered him, please? What is it?
I am saying that we keep on believing. These people, some people here do not believe in the fight and in what we are fighting for here. People like Atiku and so on, David Hudein, that is running a helter skelter. His life is at risk. If you do not believe in it, we believe in it. This man is saying that he does not believe in it. And I'm saying we ourselves, we believe in this fight. If you don't want to believe in it, it's fine. Don't come and
Okay.
discourage
Can I
other people
can I
from
can I
the
can
fight.
I ask you a question, sir? Do you believe in the Nigerian judiciary?
I believe justice will be found. I may not believe 100% in the Nigerian judiciary, but I believe that one day we will get justice.
Which day?
One day we will get justice. I am not God. I
Because
am not God. I cannot tell the day. But
for
we
like
believe.
almost 40 years now, I've been hearing that since
No, over
they gave
100
birth to me.
years. Over 100
When,
years to be
which
precise.
day are we? Because this belief and hope, that's
Okay,
one thing that
why did you create the space? Why did you create the space if you did not believe in it? Why did you create the space, host? If I may
sir,
ask.
do you think that what happened at the Appeal Court last time, do you think it was right?
It was not right. Agreed, it was not right. But I'm saying that no matter how dark their lies are, the truth will still always win, no matter what happens.
Are you
The
aware that
truth will always come up.
are you aware that it's simply because Obi is just like a sincere person? That was why they rigged this last election. Do you think if Wike had the momentum and the crowd would be
what's the use of the space, if I may ask
wait
you?
now? No. I want to so don't condemn when people say they don't believe in the whole judiciary system or the justice system in Nigeria. They are somewhat right, if not at least 80 to 90% correct. It is the simple fact.
No, sorry, host. If they are right, then what is the use of this space? Why are we on this space, if I may ask you?
Well, just like to discuss about the whole thing, I'm in contact now with some people outside this place. That's why I didn't even hear what you said earlier on. I'm just making some calls and trying to reach out to some people that we now have enough evidence. It is now or never. I won't go further than that. It is now. It is now or never. I won't say more than that. We have everything now. Like Atiku, David, Obi, they've done everything now to show Nigerians that these people look at what they are up to. So it is now to do what is needful or never. Are you also aware that as at yesterday, allegedly, this man saw his son into the Supreme Court as one of the judges that will proceed over this next case? Are you aware? Are you aware of that?
If you listen to my comment, I said whether
No,
Supreme Court or
I
not,
wasn't
we
here.
will get
I've been on call
justice.
for like 10 minutes
That's
now.
what I'm trying to tell you now. I'm trying to tell you that I said whether Supreme Court or not, we will get justice. And for
In
those
Nigeria,
people,
so too many people will get justice, but they won't obey it. And in Nigeria, you don't get justice. You grab it, you take it yourself. If not, forget about it. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let us hear from who? Dr. Croc, you should be next, please.
Imperfect. He reminded me of who made that statement. Power is not served a la carte. You grab it, you fight for it,
Your gun now.
and run away with
it. You snatch it and run away with it. Now your gun.
See, both Peter Obi and Atiku, they appealed for, I think, how many charges they made. Biruki, if you remember, I think 86 charges, both of them now. Atiku alone filed for 29, and he came up with new charges. Now that is make it 35. For those of you who are students of law, who are lawyers on this platform, I would like anyone who is familiar with the Nigerian Constitution to come up, pick the mic, and explain to us if, for example, Atiku went to the appeal court, his case was dismissed, he brought up the 25% in Abuja, all sort of irregularities in the polling unit and all that. All the cases were dismissed. This issue of certificate is a new charges, is a new pursuit. So the question I have now is, does the court allow plaintiff, for example, to come up with new charges now that he's moving to Supreme Court? I am afraid this case will be dismissed. As simple as saying, hey, the initial charges you came up with were dismissed. You cannot bring up new evidence. You cannot bring up new charges again. So when someone came in here and saying, hey, and go ahead, you want to say something? Perfect.
I know the country where you live, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Macron became the president, and then after like 1 year, or even after like 4 months, they found something like this about him. Are you trying to tell me now that they won't impeach him?
That according to the constitution, yes, they will impeach him.
Now, is that now essential? Is this part of our constitution? Does it make any sense now to you?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay.
But
Okay,
it does. Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay.
I actually feel like it doesn't. But for those people who are speaking ill about our justice system, right? Well, I don't want us to think a lot about the things that we say. Peter Obi, most of you here are supporters of Peter Obi. He got his justice twice from the court for him to be reinstated as a governor. As a matter of fact, he set the precedence for governors. You see mixed election these days. He got his justice from the system that the same people are here condemning.
How many times was he denied?
Denied what? Justice?
Yes. How long did it take? We are talking about states and not federal.
I'm giving you some examples. In my own state, for example, right now.
Which year did this happen?
I can't remember precisely. It was not 27 or 28.
Okay, good.
Biruki, help us with
compare then to now.
No, the Nigerian justice system is still there.
Oh God, please. Oh please.
Waiting. Imperfect.
I beg. We know these people where they have their houses outside Nigeria, where they all have investment. How much do they earn yearly?
Were you not here?
How much do they earn yearly? Oh please, man. Go on.
You not here when the court in Kogi State brought back Natasha Apoti against the almighty Yahya Bello, your white lion that you admire a lot. So what would you say in such case? This woman was molested, humiliated in that state. Yahya Bello is APC poster boy. He's one of the most brightest guy in the northern the hemisphere. He's loved, but you saw how the court ruled against all his shenanigans in Kogi State. That is justice. In Nasarawa State, just last week, we had a case where the minority group have been ruling the state, minority ethnic group have been ruling the state since 1999 against the majority of local tribes, ethnic group there. And we never believe Nasarawa State has been hijacked. The whole northern elite have interest in Nasarawa because of the rich mineral resources. But we saw justice in Nasarawa, justice. We saw the women that came out to protest naked, and the election was overturned. The people were shocked.
Did they have to go that far?
No, but I'm telling you that.
So that means
the system,
if not for the women that were protesting constantly, would they have gotten justice?
So you see
justice
what you're doing.
Come with fairness, not
what you're doing.
God first, not pushing people to the wall before you start expecting them. Before you know that you give them justice.
I've told you on this platform, imperfect, and every obedient to every Labour Party or any person that is hoping to see any change right now in Nigeria, it's not going to happen. The only thing you're doing right now on this platform and articles and complain and protest that you do is only to mount pressure on the government. But what you want will never happen in this current dispensation in Nigeria system.
So
You see, a lot of
are we then practicing democracy or military regime?
if you want to know whether we practice democracy, go to Rwanda or go to DRC. You will know democracy or not.
So what is the difference between Nigeria and these countries currently now? So I don't get it. We have the longest way to go. Dr. Clark, for the fact that as learned as you are, and you live in the Western world for like only God knows how long now, at least I've known for like over a decade now, and you are boldly saying this, instead of you to condemn this act and let us look for a way to fix this nonsense. So how do we go about this now? That's my question now.
I'm telling you what you are doing. That
if we are to be in P2B's shoes now or Atiku shoes, what do you go do? Just say, okay, no wahala.
No, I will not say no wahala. I'm telling you that they are doing the right thing. They are mounting pressure, heating up the coals at the feet of the power, and that is what democracy is all about. We are testing the system, testing our laws. What I'm telling you is that be realistic. Don't be emotional about it. They are doing the right thing. Any person who is speaking about it is doing the right thing. I kept telling you this thing, but you don't listen. I've made a lot of predictions that have come right in Nigeria because I know how the system works, how the people behave, the culture, the religious dynamics, that no matter what you want, the country is set up in such a way that you'll be disappointed regularly, constantly. That's how it works. So just be realistic about it. And I'm telling you today, this case that you're seeing now will be dismissed, it will be thrown out for this reason. I'm telling you that the plaintiff cannot come up with new charges. Mark my word today, and that is exactly what is going to happen. So if you think you will come and say, oh, I'm supporting the wrong system, injustice, we'll come back on this platform. We'll come and speak about it. You wait and see. I yield the mic here. Go on, Imperfect.
He's correct. Nothing's going to happen. He's 100% correct.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let us hear from is it Edinan? Edinan, hi, how are you doing?
By the way, Imperfect, where is Peter? Sorry, where is he? He's the one that is supposed to be doing what Atiku is doing right now.
Don't worry, he's coming back. People should wait. Thank you so much. Waiting him to cook. He could take all of now by surprise. You know he doesn't talk till then. Let us hear from Edinan. Edinan, are you there? Edinan, are you there? No. Okay. All right. Hi, how are you doing? Right, are you there?
Hello, sir.
Hi, evening to you. Greetings.
How are you, sir? You okay?
Yeah, we thank God. And you? You're fine?
Yeah, not too bad at all. I think I just want to kind of echo what Dr. Croc was saying there. Obviously, is making it look nice. Talking about it is something to kind of, be crying and saying or shouting at the top of your voice on. But it's kind of right that, these people are career criminals. They know what they're doing. The people you see in the court there, but we are doing the right thing at the same time. We are trying to, mount the pressure on them, trying to say, we are not going to take this. But, like I used to say to people, I can't sit in England and be telling people to go and protest on the street of Nigeria. Yeah, I could say that, but do I have the moral ground to say that to them? I'm not sure of that. I'm not really sure of that. I said something last time and I mentioned Showore. But people might kind of castigate him, oh, is this, is that. But this is the only guy. Two people I respect, Showore and Kanu. Two people, they left the shores of my beautiful house in Stoke-on-Trent in UK. I'll leave my BM 5 Series, new car. I'll leave my job. I'll leave my house that I bought and I'll go to Nigeria to be arrested. How many of us will do that? How many of us? Showore lived in US for how many years? For donkeys. Is there in the street of Abuja. He's got kids like myself. He's got a wife like myself. So how many of us will sit on Twitter and tell Nigerians to kind of, I must be very, very critical about myself. Like I said, I don't have the moral justification to tell people to go on the street because I ran away myself. So if I'm telling people, I'm not as wise as this when I came to England. Somebody was speaking earlier on. I wasn't exposed. I don't know what's going on somewhere else. I was thinking what goes on in Ekiti. That's what I know. Read a bit of chemistry and biology and that's it. And then, eat shit and laugh, ha 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 ha. I don't know anything. But when I came to the Western world, I kind of know that, wow, so things can be done differently. But people are still there. Nigerians are killing themselves for stealing iPhone in Lagos, while their leaders, like the criminal in power, they are stealing them dry. But they can choose to hit people with a stone, beat woman up, and tear their clothes. When a man, you fold your hand and you hit a woman because that woman has been. Are you the court? Are you the police? But these are our reality as people. This is our reality. So I don't know. We are doing the right thing. I don't know when we are going to get there, but trust me, I don't have that moral right to say anything to Nigerians. I ran away from that place. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, thank you so much. Please, if there should be like a nationwide peaceful protests, would you be willing to partake in England where you are? I don't know if you're in England, Wales, or Scotland, Northern Ireland.
Oh my God!
Okay,
I'll be out there shouting at the top of my. I've done it before. I've done it on the street of London, and I live about 4 hours to London.
Okay.
I've done it. I would join people definitely.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let us hear from Rico. No, sorry, no, not Rico. The Ugochi don't come to IJ, please. Then before we go to Rico.
Thank you, Imperfect. What I want to say is that you people don't really look at the dysfunction in Nigeria from the point of sectionalism, like ethnicism and all that. We keep coming here talking about how everything is not working, and we don't really look at how disjointed Nigeria is. The Yoruba Nation lady said something about Nigerians going out, protesting and all that. Look at all these expos about Tinubu. Can you people mention how many pressure group or should I say political leaders from the core north are speaking against this thing? Everybody's quiet. Up there, everyone is quiet. Nobody's talking about it. And this is terrible. This is to show you that Nigeria, the problem we have in Nigeria is not just corruption. The fact remains that Nigeria as an entity is not working the way it was never created to work. It was never, ever created to work. Imagine this kind of thing happening in a more homogeneous place like, let's say, Japan. Or even Japan is far off. Other countries that are in same category as Nigeria, let's say Thailand. Do you think people will not stand up in unison and protest? But because Nigeria is so disjointed, there's too much ethnicism in Nigeria. Somebody mentioned of P2B here. What is he doing? Where is he? Imagine if it was P2B, an Igbo man, digging into Tinubu's, records in CSU. The credibility of the investigation falls flat immediately. That is what Nigeria is all about. Nigeria is an entity that either needs to be dismantled or reorganized for the interest of the people. If we think that we can come here and shout every day and continue shouting, thinking that things will change, corruption will stop, where the political elite are united in messing up Nigeria, it is not going to happen because they read into our ethnic sentiments, they read into our ethnic biases, and what happens? They know that whenever all these issues come up, we'll just make noise and it's just the end. I don't like the way what's this guy Showore confronts issue, but there are valid point this guy is making. Nigeria is ripe for revolution. Is either we reorganize Nigeria through a peaceful means, or I don't know. As much as I don't want to, ask people to take up arms against the government of Nigeria or Nigerian institution, Nigerians must find a way to reorganize themselves. If we continue the way we are, nothing is going to happen. Yeah, look at Buhari's own. We have the same issue with Buhari and certificates. Do you think after crying and creating spaces and all this thing, it will change things? It's never going to change anything. There's somebody from my Enugu state who is there, who may be there in the judiciary system, who is benefiting. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit. I'm glad that Nigerians are beginning to travel, more educated Nigerians, no matter how, what family you are coming from. Maybe you just finish university, you get admission into the universities in the UK via masters, and you start seeing how the world is working. You start seeing how things are working. The only way Nigeria can move forward is if those of us, even outside, can start coming together, forming pressure group, taking our plight to the international community, educating our people back home, telling them that this is not how a country should be run. Nigeria is at the same level as Venezuela. Nigeria shares the same characteristics with countries that are failed. Nigeria is a failed institution. Look at Tinubu came, and with all the packaging, blue economy, brown economy, black this, rubbish English, they will just pick up one phrase from somewhere and start throwing it around, and then he became the president. Look at what blue economy and brown and green economy has done to Nigeria. Look at Nigerian currency. We are headed towards Venezuela. We are headed towards Zimbabwe if we are not there already. Do you guys think that Nigeria, as it is constituted now, continues, anything will happen? Nothing is going to happen. Definitely. Back then in Enugu State, look at the judgment that was passed by the tribunal. INEC, NYC said the current governor of Enugu State forged his certificate. They still found a way to use stupid technicality, and that's what they are doing. They use stupid technicality and upheld his election, which is terrible. It's very terrible. And you think that there's what we call judicial precedence. You think that Supreme Court will not look at that? They will even be like, oh, the opposition in Enugu, a PDP government was actually given the opportunity. Why not Tinubu? Nigeria is a failed system. If you people are not seeing it, then you are lying to yourselves. You are definitely lying to yourselves. Look at a country blessed with boundless natural resources. It's only in Nigeria that people like extract gold. Only in Nigeria and a few countries like DR Congo that people extract gold like through back doors, through banditry and all that. It's just business. So number one, Nigeria needs revolution or restructuring. If it doesn't happen, nothing is ever going to work in that country. If you like, scream from now till tomorrow. Nigeria is being run by a cartel. It's being run by a cartel. And what this cartel do is that they read into Nigerian ethnic sentiments and do whatever they want to do. Most political leaders, most religious leaders in southwestern Nigeria, are they speaking against Tinubu? Do you see them saying anything? Everybody's quiet. Imagine if it was P2B that even tried it. Oh, they will come with excuses like IPOB, ESN, sponsors, and all this rubbish. And it continues. It's business as usual. We can cry from now till tomorrow. It is left for us to do what? To come together and decide how we are going to live in that country. Whether we are going to live as one Nigeria or as a loosely reorganized Nigeria, or as a separated Nigeria. These are the options we have now. That way we will know that, oh, if what's this guy? If Ike Kuremado engages in human body trafficking, the whole Igbo people will rise up against him. If someone in the north does this thing, if people are extracting their natural resources in a way that doesn't follow the rule of law, people will rise up against him. If it is the way it is now, man, Nigeria is not going to go to anywhere. So it's either revolution, it's either reorganization or not.
All right. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wonderful
What
submission.
do you like about Showore? You just mentioned revolution.
All right, thank you so much. Let us
What
have
I don't like
IG.
about Showore is that there are certain times when you don't just come and criticize everything in the system. You mustn't talk in everything. It's just like Reno Omokri, who is a marriage counselor, who is this. People, like I see people in Nigeria, they want to talk about everything. Things that happen about Mobad, we are an expert about it. That's one thing about Showore. During this, the past election, Showore was there. He was just all over the place. He attacks this person, he attacks this person, he attacks this person. He wasn't even leaving out any how do I say, any policy that made sense to me. Apart from the revolution now. Man, I don't think he's very like organized to be a president. He's too, how do I say, I don't want to use the word amateur, but he's too restive. He's too restive.
All right,
The same thing goes with even Nnamdi Kanu. I'm Igbo man.
Thank
I'm
you so
Igbo
much.
man.
Thank you so much. 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 No, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's hear from IJ. Hi, how are you doing? You should be next, please. Thank you.
Hi, Mr. Imperfect. Can you hear me?
Yeah, evening to you.
Hi, evening there. I mean, I actually asked for the mic when I believe it was the doctor. Doctor, I think he's off of the speaker section, but when he was on the section, he did mention PO got his mandate back for governorship from the same Supreme Court. That a lot of people are castigating now. I think something of that nature. I'm not sure. I'm paraphrasing, but
Yeah, Dr. Clark. Yes.
yes, but I just wanted to point out again that I'm not disagree with a lot of his points. I think he did make a lot of good points, but I'm just trying to draw our attention to the fact that Bill got his mandate back from a PDP-led Supreme Court. That Supreme Court is not the same one that we have today. There are so many things wrong with PDP, and we can all agree that it was inefficiency of PDP that brought APC. If PDP had led well, if they were also without so much corruption, we wouldn't have had APC. But the one thing that PDP sort of had was a little semblance of law, rule and order, a little bit of semblance of rule and order. It was under the same PDP that we once had an Oputa panel. And everybody knows how much that panel dished out laws and order and dished out judgment based on the constitution of the country for the most part. A lot of us cannot forget that. And we also need to kind of remember that in as much as PDP was bad, like I said again, they did not bring us what we have today. They did not bring us the Nigeria that we have today. This was all APC. There's a lot of there is some level of demonic, if I can even say that. There is a level of demonic spirit that goes with APC. I mean, this is APC is somebody else talked about technicality. Technicality has not always been a thing of Nigerian judiciary. It is an APC thing. So that's the reason why my state today has a governor who can fought in an election, but somehow was catapulted to the winner of the election. So we can sit down here and talk about pointing fingers at the Supreme Court, and they've given out proper judgment before, but let's really rethink that. Has they really given out any judgment that is not in the interest of APC? Have they really done that? And if they have, how many times have they really cowered to the pressure of the people? How many times? So there's a lot. There's something else that people are saying today. I mean, I think the lady who spoke from the Yoruba Nation, or whoever it is, Mr. Justice or so, that is so adamant of Biafra Nation, I am a little 50-50 on where Nigeria stands right now. And we really cannot blame the people who are seeking separation. We really cannot blame them. They have a lot of right to seek what they're seeking, because there's almost no hope for Nigeria as it stands. But I also do believe that we haven't actually given Nigeria a try as a country. There is indeed power in our diversity. There is indeed power in the fact that we are just different culturally, religiously. We just haven't given us a chance to thrive. There are so many countries that have this same number of different tribes making up a country, but they found a way to succeed. We haven't given that chance to Nigeria yet. So a part of me feels like let's try to give Nigeria a chance and see where we go from there before we begin to scream or shout for division. But if Nigerians decide ultimately that they want to go their separate way, I also don't have any problem with that. But we need to sometimes kind of take some few steps backward and ask ourselves, where did this all start from? Somebody mentioned that we should kind of look at the people who are putting pressure currently. Are there pressure coming from the north? And again, I live in the States, right? I live in a country as well where there is something the core, people consider when you're being, super honest, or maybe when you're not. What is it called again? There's a term for it. But the point is, there are some truths that we are scared of saying. Is almost become cancerous in Nigeria. There are some basic, absolute, commonsensical truths that we are scared of saying in Nigeria, but they remain the truth. We all know that within ourselves that these are the truths, but we just don't say it. So the person who mentioned, where are the Northerners that are really screaming, with the exception of the ones that are on Twitter? I mean, with the exception of the few, well-meaning Nigerians across the nation from every part of the country that are on Twitter. Where are the political leaders, quote unquote, from the North that are screaming about this? There ain't that many. Maybe a few that are still with the cabinet of Atiku. There ain't that many. Where are the people from the West? It's so you can't even count them with your fingers. So are we really trying to find a country, or is like truth is subjective to the region? And the truth remains that if what we're seeing today was a Peter Obi, every market run by Igbos in every other part of the country would have been set ablaze to make sure their brother in Aso Rock resigns. That is the truth. The Igbos would not be safe anywhere else in the country if what we're seeing today was a Peter Obi. People will mount every form of pressure on them just so that Peter Obi would resign. But we can't say this truth because he's a Yoruba man. He's an Hausa man. So therefore we can't. They are immune from hearing the truth, even though their own people are suffering as much as the Igbos are suffering. So really, what is the problem? Like, when are we going to be able to begin to identify the truth and live as people who can understand left from right, wrong from, right, or left from
Yes,
right, whatever?
Nigeria doesn't have
When
national
is it happening?
consciousness. That's just a period. There is no national consciousness in Nigeria, and there is none, zero national consciousness. And you
Okay.
want us to believe in a system that is not working. It's not going to work if we don't reorganize or disintegrate. It's just a period.
Thank you, my brother. But again, I'm not gonna kind of really go on. I believe that a lot of people here know what I'm saying, but we have to begin to accept that there are some truths that we are hiding. Obviously, our media is non-existent. So for the people that are Nigerians, and we believe that we are well-meaning Nigerians, let's at least have one commonality. If something is wrong, it is wrong. It doesn't matter who it is. If something is right, it is right. Call it out. So, but the time we begin to even call out our own people, that's the time that we begin to see some changes in Nigeria. But am I in favor of what Atiku is doing? Absolutely. And somebody said Peter Obi should be doing what Atiku is doing. Peter Obi should be doing what he should be doing, but not what Atiku is doing. Atiku is also a Nigerian seeking for a better Nigeria. He's the one that went to Chicago. He's the one that should be giving the press conference. He's doing exactly what he should be doing. Peter Obi should be doing what he should be doing. But I do agree that maybe the time has come for the both of them to find some form of alliance to save Nigeria, because we cannot get any form of we cannot. If we're sitting here thinking we're trusting our Supreme Court, that's not going to happen. Supreme Court is going to give you the same judgment that the tribunal gave to you. There is no doubt about that. So
Oh, my
I mean,
sister, you said we have
is
never
this
given Nigeria a chance for 62 years.
we
62
haven't.
years.
Have we really? The
62
only
years.
well,
Oh my God.
we have never really. Maybe there was a little bit of a time, a short window of its period when we did give Nigeria a chance, and so many people can. I mean, my dad did tell me about it. I don't know about that, but a lot of people here probably have heard from history or from their parents a time when people went to school on scholarship. Our parents went to school on scholarship. A lot of them. A time when a single naira was equal to
Almost
$1.50.
almost all Nigerian pastors today, all of them, they all went to, they had free education. All of them
Exactly. There was
that
a
have
time
all
I have close friends. I have friends here in the States that their parents, not just their father, their parents both went to school in Nigeria. They are Cameroonians. And their parents studied in Nigeria. There was a time like that in Nigeria. So why can't we get back to that Nigeria? Were we we've still had our differences, but it was working at that time.
Because Britain want you to believe that. British wanted us to believe that. We have given Nigeria enough time. 62 good years.
Mr. Justice, can you allow me to finish, please?
No,
I understand that you have your own different
over
passion.
100. It's over 100 years. Sorry for interjecting.
Well, the United States, as it stands today, a lot of us know is over 150 years, and they are still trying to get certain things
What
right.
caused
So it
revolution in the
doesn't.
United States is ordinary tax. They were taxing
So
people.
things.
That what caused revolution in the United States that we are living. So what are we talking about?
Somebody else did mention, are we better than South Korea and a couple other countries that they mentioned? I mean, what makes you think you're better than them? Like, what makes you think that you're practicing a better, whatever form of democracy we think we're practicing? Is that better than what those people have over there? Are there people being massacred in their thousands every week in those countries? And you think we have a democracy? For goodness sake, we're not better than North Korea. I beg my pardon, North Korea. We're not better than North Korea. We're not better than a lot of these countries that are actually in war. But the difference is they are in war. The difference is we all know North Korea is an authoritarian country, but we're not. We claim we're a democracy, but we're being killed by thousands every single week. I give
All
up right now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let's hear from Rico, then come to Rimazi, please. Thank you.
Hello, perfect. Good evening, sir.
Evening to you.
Yes, I just wanted to briefly address Dr. Croc's some part of his submission. Dr. Croc, I don't know what you meant by new charges. You kept saying new charges, new charges. I don't know what you meant by new charges, though. Or at the point you said new evidence. Maybe new evidence was what you wanted to say, or fresh evidence, no new charges. Election petition is, to the best of my knowledge, is not a criminal proceeding. Although there are some part of it that you have to prove, some grounds you have to prove beyond reasonable doubt, but that doesn't per se make it a criminal proceeding. So that's for new charges. I think what you meant to say was new evidence. And what I would say about that is, law is so beautiful that it's so beautiful, and that's why in every case you have two sides. There's the left and there's the right, and by the time everybody they are done with their submission and their arguments, either party carries the day. So sometimes it's not even for the person that did the better case, or for the person that had the better lawyers, or for the person that did the most industry, in their work. So it's just how it is. So what I would say to that is, if you say the Supreme Court cannot take fresh evidence, I don't think that is completely true. First, you have to approach the court with an application to tell the court whatever it is that you want. And so when the court acts, not just under the law, but out of discretion as well. The Supreme Court has discretion, to receive fresh evidence. And that has been stated in Ilawo versus, I think, okay, where Onogen JSC, as it then was, had itemized, grounds where the Supreme Court can receive fresh evidence. I think what Yeah, and of course too. So if you're not saying so that's on the one hand. So if you're not saying it as a matter of grounds of appeal, of course the court also have jurisdiction. In fact, the Supreme Court itself gave federal government leave to file new grounds of appeal against Nnamdi Kanu some time ago. At the court at the yet. So that settles it too. So yes, it may be stringent, but then the court can allow filing of fresh grounds of appeal. The court can also allow, fresh evidence. The fresh evidence part, what the parties need to prove, that's the person that is trying to tender, present new evidence before the court, is to prove whether or not, he could have the evidence that you are seeking to give to present now. Could you have gotten it, at the trial court level? So what happened? Why couldn't you get it? Could you have gotten it at the trial court level? And then it's not even, you don't even need to prove that it is necessary to the case. You just need to prove that it is important. And then it will have effect, on the case, on the aftermath of the case. And then you also need to prove, I think there's one more. You also need to prove whether or not it is something that is, believable, to the reasonable man. And I think with the new facts that we are getting from this whole CSU saga, it's troubling. It's troubling, So I don't think it is out of place, to have the court decision on it. The question now is whether the crop of, Supreme Court justices that we have, they have the there are some words I don't want to use because they're my learned seniors. So it's whether or not they would want to, whether or not they will be daring, yes, whether or not they will be daring enough to move from the kind of decision we saw at the tribunal level. I think that's what I just wanted to say. And I also wanted to say too that the Supreme Court itself over time has reiterated that when it comes to election petition, it is a sui generis kind of proceedings. What that means is it's in a class of its own. So you don't classify it as your normal civil proceedings or your criminal proceedings that you have, in court. It's a sui generis kind of proceedings. And if you read through, some of these judgments that come from tribunal election petition tribunals, you will see some of the line of their reasoning. So it's interesting also for us to see if the Supreme Court would rather apply its rules as to receiving of fresh evidence, as against, treating election petition tribunal, election petition issues as, a sui generis issues. Also marrying it with the fact that when you say the election petition tribunal, presidential election petition tribunal, it is not your court it's not an appeal coming from the Court of Appeal per se. That's an argument I think some of my colleagues will argue against it. But the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal is put at par at the Court of Appeal, it's put at par at the Court of Appeal. But for election petition, the tribunal itself is the first instance of the court. It's not as if it's not an appeal coming from where you see it like for the governorship, for the state governorship level. The petition tribunals is at the high court level. So when they give their judgment or their ruling, the Court of Appeal will still have to sit on it, and then it gets to the Supreme Court. I don't know if you understand. So what I'm saying is whether or not the court will be daring enough to put all these issues, into question, and then, see how the public can we can make headway when it comes to our judicial process. You have a question?
By your explanation, the court has to be daring enough, so they have the prerogative to either reject or to admit fresh evidence. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, so they have the prerogative out of their discretion, and then there are judicial precedents for that as well.
Okay,
yeah, it's up to them.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that.
Imperfect.
But the people forgot that. The people forgot that Kemi Adeosun. Wait, just 1 minute. I want to remind you something. You people forget that Kemi Adeosun. It was because of NYC certificate that that woman resigned as a finance minister in Nigeria. Have we just forgot it very soon?
Yeah, actually, I was going to say the same thing, Mrs., because maybe we're also forgetting that the very first elected Senate president resigned because of some discrepancies with his name.
Just because of
S, exactly. Just discrepancies. But all that happened under a PDP. Again, I go back to the fact that we have some semblance of rule and order on the PDP, but nothing like that would happen in APC. So if we do not destroy this party, there will never be a Nigeria.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Who will never speak on this space? Okay, Rema, say hi. You should be going next, please.
Hi, good evening, guys.
Evening to you.
Greetings from wherever you are. Atiku have really tried. Yeah, he tried his best. Some people were speaking here, and you are comparing the time of PDP with the time of APC. PDP spent 16 years in office, and I can comfortably tell you that the 16 years they spent in office, they tried. If to compare with what we are having now, because APC have spent 4 years, 8 years, 1 year, is it 100 days in office, right? There's 8 years and getting to 9 years now, right? Yeah, 9 years in office. And it's just like a hellfire. Like Nigeria has been a hellfire right now. And a lot of crazy things are going on. Now, someone said that a friend, like the dad, had a study in Nigeria back then. If you know very well, you will remember that some of the road that were constructed in Nigeria during 1999, some of all those roads, because of lack of maintenance, some of all those roads still stand strong. And some of us that are living in the Western world, you can believe with me that sometimes a road needs adjustment and the maintenance. But you see that some of all these roads being built when Nigeria is Nigeria, those roads have been destroyed. Back then, electricity used to be one of the sweetest things that Nigeria used to have, but all those things have gone. Now, a lot of foreign companies have left Nigeria. No road, no security. Before, by midnight, you can go wherever you want to go in some parts of the eastern part of the country. But now, once it's 7 p.m., you can't go anywhere. And we call it a norms. And it's really becoming a norms, and nobody's saying anything about it. Now, coming to what is going on in Nigeria per federal level. Today, MC Olomo was made the acting chairman of NURT. We know that is his compensation, yes. Nigeria is where Nigeria have turned to a place whereby anything you do, you must be rewarded. I think Atiku said that some governors, when it came to visit him for negotiation, right? He didn't accept to see them, something like that. This APC government, this is not government, this is not leadership. They are doing politics. I want you guys to understand this. These guys are doing politics. And they better will understand that they are not leading, they are doing politics. They better for all of us. What do I mean by politics? Politics is different from leadership. Peter Obi wanted to do leadership, but they don't want that leadership. What they need is politics. And before you do politics, there is this thing they used to tell us that time we are growing up, we have interest in politics. They used to tell us that politics is a dirty game. And that dirty game is what they are playing now. You need to dance naked. And before you play this game, number one rule, you don't need to have conscience. Your conscience have to be dead. And you need to learn how to lie. It's very important. And you need to learn how to discredit what you think that will benefit the masses so that you will be in the right place. So all these things we are saying, fighting, dragging, hustling, talking about every day, the only solution that will solve this problem is any day Nigerians wake up and hit the streets. I keep saying this reasons. The reason is because the judiciary is being controlled by the politicians. The parliament is being controlled by the politicians. And these politicians, they believe that money answers it all. And average Nigerians that are suffering believe that they can take back their country. And until we decide to take back our country, there is nothing we are going to do that will shake these people. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Who has not spoken on this, please? Okay, let's go back to Yoruba, please.
Yeah, hello everyone. I know I've had quite a bit to say on here, but I just wanted to sort of shift back to a few points where I think some people might have misunderstood me saying that maybe I said people should go out onto this. I said, no, that's not what I was saying. What I was saying is that you don't have a voice. You don't even have the right, or they don't give you the right to protest. Because when you do go out on the streets to protest, they come out with guns, with tear gas, hot water, and they spray it on you. So, or there's a fear, there's even, they bring out their guns, and look at what happened with the NSAS protest. They killed innocent children. So you don't have a voice. You don't even have a voice in your elections. You don't have it. So I would somewhat agree with one of a lady that spoke earlier when she said, about either Nigeria is restructured, and that restructuring would be along cultural and ethnical lines so that everybody has control of their own resources, or balkanize the place and let everybody go, because it's not working. The system that is controlling it. This is not even about Tinubu. It's about the people that they have placed in there to control it. And might I remind you, this has not started yesterday. This started right from the foundation of the place, right from when the British came, demarcated that place. Even that demarcation was fraudulent, demarcated the place and took over the place. And when they amalgamated it in 1914, this is when our problems started. We've not had a chance as Black people to grow as ourselves. So the more you stay in that space, the more you are destroying yourselves. We've been placed together. We are nations. We're not even tribes. We're nations in a created, fake, wrongly placed nation. Because you were not there during the Berlin Conference when they divided Africa into the states that it's today. We need to come out of those colonial lines and then sort ourselves out. But if you insist on staying in somewhere that was not created by you, and you keep complaining, you don't have a voice because you have forces outside of yourselves that is controlling the system. Someone said that they're quiet on the top. Yes, they are quiet. Someone said even the West is not speaking. Well, obviously they're not going to say anything because, might I say, we know who's controlling the whole thing, don't we? So this is what I have to say to you all. You could either go on what I'm saying, which is the truth, or you continue to come onto these spaces complaining and complaining, and yet still nothing happens. Tinubu is not going to be removed. Peradventure that he is removed, you're only going to get the same crumbs that by removing him, another one will be placed that is going to treat you the same way. So it's all up to yourselves to make the right decisions so that your voices can be heard. I yield the mic.
All right, thank you so much. Are you trying to say that people should hit the streets or something? Should it be like more of a protest?
No. What I'm trying to say, basically, the only way these people can hear anything is not by going out into the streets. It's pure civil disobedience. That's what's going to happen. You have to find a way to enact civil disobedience. You don't have to hit the streets. You need to find a day when you will shut the system down. Everybody, collectively shuts it down. And that is when these people will know that you are serious. Everybody stay indoors. You don't go out of your houses. You find a way to make sure you have food in your houses. When you decide to hit that civil disobedience, you shut the system down. Biafra tried it. Why were they complaining about Simon Eppard? He wasn't going out on the street, but they can't touch him because he's outside. And I'm telling you, if everybody does it, you will see that they will find that in fact, it will be an international saga, that everybody in Nigeria is not coming out. And then what you do is when they want to hold their elections, nobody goes to vote. You sit in your house. Enough is enough. I yield the mic.
Me. And on that note, I say thank you and good night.